Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Champions League match. Today, this is probably the biggest hyped one yet. As always, I'm Dan Jagteq Leon, also known as jagteq1. Joining me from the winter's tundra that is Minnesota is Mr. Garrett Larson. How are you doing today, sir?
I already went out and shoveled once today, and that was only half the driveway. So
Ooh.
I've had better days, but like I was saying, my kid's up in a hockey tournament 4 hours farther north and even more snow, and they went 3-0. So
Nice.
it's been a good
That's
weekend for the
awesome.
Larson house.
That is awesome, sir. So,
But we got stuff going already here.
we
We jumped
do.
in here.
We
Looks like chriskelly playing Thrawn
mm-hmm.
versus Justin playing hidden base.
Yeah. So being that we're both on Justin's team, he did announce that he was going to play hidden base. What do you think about Chris on Thrawn?
Thrawn is interesting. I know we played around with it a lot going into Worlds and really tried to figure out a way to make it work. And I think with the new Fleek set, it's got some legs. Like, it felt like it was close, and I think it'll be an interesting
Yeah.
match. I love anything that causes unmodifiable force loss. Anything you can get where it's just take a card from your opponent and that's it. I'm a big fan of. So, I look at that a lot like, the Watto's Yard grabber. And I'm a fan of that. So I really want to see, Chris is 4-0 here, and
Yeah.
I like seeing good players play interesting things. So
And this is a matchup that, from what I've seen, I haven't seen a hidden base. I've seen very little Thrawn. So the fact that both of these players are playing these two decks is very interesting. And it's going to be a very interactive game. With Justin on hidden base, I mean, both players are playing space-themed decks. So you got to think that they're both going to have some sort of tricks or something, so that way they can do what they want to out in space. Now, Chris went ahead and used a Death Squadron assignment to pull Markwind and Blizzard 6. That's a little interesting as a first-turn pull.
see, I like that because I think Chris knows that the win here is going to be in part getting his ground out and going and just start hammering the damage, because Justin isn't going to contest him on ground.
Yes.
Justin's going to try and minimize on ground, and if he can just start pushing damage through, that's net positive for him. And I don't know what Star Destroyers he has that he would have pulled otherwise, and maybe they just weren't there. But
Well,
I'm thinking,
I mean, he did
Justin is,
it before he activated.
yeah. So, but
Okay.
he had other cards in hand.
True.
But like I said, I don't know what he had going otherwise. I'm intrigued. I'm wondering if this is kind of a variation, if Justin's playing a variation of Johnny Chu's hidden base deck from Worlds,
Yeah.
and that one's could be tough for Chris.
Yes.
But like, if he can take him off of space, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
The Thrawn deck, it's gonna be hard to win if he can't
Ooh.
at least occupy Lothal and get his system probed.
So right now, we just saw that Chris activated. He threw down Admiral Piet to the Lothal, the capital city. Now he goes and uses Piet's game text to pull a card, and he ends up pulling Admiral Mahdi V. So he doesn't hit the Admiral's order. So I don't know if he either has it in his hand or what, but the fact that he doesn't get the Admiral's order is not good, because That's a really good card for this Thrawn deck.
Yeah, but it makes me wonder if he either has the Admiral's Order,
Mm-hmm.
because the Admiral's Order plus Mahdi is really good.
True. That's a good point.
Like, the Admiral's Order plus Mahdi is basically everything's immune to less than 6.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun.
Yeah.
And Justin, which is good because I think Justin's deck is much more power based.
Mm-hmm.
I know because I played one of Chu's kids playing it at Worlds,
Mm-hmm.
and it was very much a just raw power. How they played it was very much just raw power.
That's
You know,
interesting.
it was drop a bunch of X-Wings on your head and organized attack, and here's 30 power.
Okay.
So
We saw that Justin uses control and tunnel vision. He pulls a card out of his force pile after he activates 8. He does pull some systems. He gets one from Hidden Base. Looks like he's right now currently trying to pull one with a new secret base V. And he already pulled battle. He pulls battle plan after Chris throws down Piet by himself at the capital city.
which is the right play. You need to force him to. Justin's trying to slow the ground damage. You know, Chris is activating 15, but all his Star Destroyers are expensive.
Yeah.
And if he just, slows him down a little bit,
Wow.
that might be enough. Like, this is a long game.
And speaking of the long game, Justin went ahead and got out the Rebel Fleet and the Weather Vane. Both of those together are really good. The Rebel Fleet is going to allow him to essentially put any of his non-unique starfighters there to cancel drains. And the Weather Vane, as soon as he establishes himself up in space and he starts draining, that thing's just going to turn and rotate and just retrieve him any force that he needs.
Yeah, the Weather Vane is a card I know, we played with a lot in the lead up to Worlds, trying to find a good deck for it and even just kind of shoehorning it into decks, because it's one of those, if you're draining 3 or 4 times a turn, and especially his deck doesn't want Chris battling into him at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, his setup is basically never one that he wants Chris to think initiating a battle is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So that Weather Vane should never be turning on him. I know Justin was a little leery about using Weather Vane in the past on Gemp because it was kind of fluky. It didn't always turn right.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully that is fixed, or Justin's going to be mildly perturbed that it doesn't work right on him. And
Yeah.
okay. So Ozzel V
That's
coming down, which might explain why he didn't pull a Death Squadron Star Destroyer with Death Squadron, because he could use Ozzel V to get it, and getting the Walker was more important to get that. That's what I was saying is that, and Batmouse, said it in chat too. It's getting that ground position set up, just starting to be able to push that drain is super valuable.
And I like how I like how Chris is using Admiral Ozzel V. Now, he doesn't come down for free like the normal Ozzel. He comes down for 2. Not bad, but like you said, he's the matching pilot for any Death Squadron Star Destroyer. And the Vengeance is really good.
Yeah, and he pulls out, we're in attack position now first. It looks like Justin did the gentlemanly thing and allowed the revert.
And you know what? It's just being a part of Team Killer Bees. We just got to be gentlemen, nice guys. Everybody loves us.
Yeah. I've said my piece on reverts before. I think if nothing changed in game knowledge and something you'd allow in a live game, you allow it here.
Yeah,
Justin tells Chris to lose 3 force just to make it fair. Seems reasonable.
Yeah, and so with now the Admiral's Order and everything, like, Admiral Mahdi came down for cheaper, and like you were saying, the Admiral's Order, all of his ships now are immune less than 4, and then you put Mahdi on there, they're all immune less than 5. Once he gets like what Thrawn on the Chimera, that's even better.
Yeah. Well, and it's only immune if it's got a pilot character on board. So he still can't just drop
True.
he can't just drop an empty Star Destroyer and have immunity, but a Star Destroyer plus a pilot now is a formidable thing for
Yeah.
Justin to try and have a shot at taking down.
Yeah.
Like this, it's
Chris is looking really good right now. I mean, granted, he doesn't have Thrawn out, but that's still really good. A really good setup.
yeah. I really would have liked to see Thrawn instead of that Vengeance setup, but like just to start the tactician, the Thrawn's Arc collection stack going,
Mm-hmm. Well,
because because that stacks even if the drain is canceled.
okay.
That stacks when initiated. So even if it gets canceled, it stacks before you get to respond to canceling the drain.
Okay.
And that's very valuable. Like that's damage Justin can't stop and can't slow down.
Yeah.
And that would have been well, I would have rather seen that, but Chris maybe didn't have the right pieces in his hand or reserve deck
Mm-hmm.
to make that happen. And yes, Justin's starting to come down with the
Here we go.
junky wings. So
Yeah, he's assembling his fleet. Now, I mean, but the other thing is with this Ozzel V, he instead of force rating there, he can just draw the top two cards of his deck. So, or no, he just gets to draw the top card of his
Draw
deck.
one.
I mean,
Yep.
that's almost just as good as draining, if not better in this situation.
Yeah, no, I like Ozzel. Don't get me wrong. I really like, that in a vacuum, his space looks really good, and I like that setup a lot. But we're not playing in a vacuum, and
Not yet.
I really would have. I would rather see Thrawn.
That's fair. So,
You know.
So Justin does come down with a Green Squadron A-Wing. He also comes down with Wedge in Red Squadron 1. He moves both of those, one to Camino, one to Malachor. So he's starting to get a drain of one next turn just because or 1-1. But you're not going to pay for that. You're going to set yourself up. I mean, you might pay for one just because you can draw a card with a new secret base.
Yeah, and I don't know how many more systems he's going to be playing.
Well, he's got 4 on the table.
Yeah, but trying to remember if it's after you have deployed 5 battlegrounds. So yeah, so he can't flip this turn.
No.
But yeah, I honestly, depending on what he's got, I mean, he's activating 19 force. He might drain both of them just to draw one and turn the vein.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, there's no in a game that's gonna kind of go a plink damage race. It's gonna be paying for a lot of drains going back and forth for a little bit.
Well, I mean, right now Chris is draining for free. Like, and now he's draining for 1 at the site and possibly 1 at Lothal unless he doesn't want to draw a card. So, but I mean, Justin he just went ahead and canceled one of them with a Gold Squadron Y-Wing. Chris decides not to draw a card. He is going to try and get 1 force through.
Yeah.
Out of commission and transmission terminated. Okay, that's not a bad card to lose in this situation.
Yeah. You have to have that for hunt down.
Yeah.
Or hidden base just snap loses. So.
I mean, hidden base you snap lose against a lot of things unless you're Matt Sokol. But
I mean, I think you have to hard tech for a couple decks.
Yeah.
And like you see, he's got the 2/2 systems in there. So like hunt down V.
Yeah.
Flip, you don't care. Like, all right, fine. I don't get my drain bonus. Whatever.
Yeah, and like even though with Narshada, I mean, I understand it's a drain +1 there, but you really want that one just because it's a 2/1. You don't want to give your opponent all the icons. even though he
Yeah.
essentially is with Camino, Malachor, and Naboo.
Yeah. Oh no, you're giving away a ton of force, but you're not. If your opponent's not paying for drains long term, you've
Ooh,
already lost.
yeah,
That's a pretty AI.
that is just. It can wait.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
I love it.
that
So,
was what I was expecting to
yep,
see is and
he can
it
play.
looks like
I was gonna say he can
Chris
play Goldenrod to make him pay what 4?
it'll make him pay 4.
Yeah.
And it looks like Chris did not grab the it can wait.
No, I mean it is a lost interrupt, but you got to think he's going to be playing a lot of them.
Yeah, like it's a lost interrupt, but you stack 3 or 4 of them, and suddenly Justin really does have to save a
Yeah.
ton of force, which starts to impact what he can play otherwise.
Yep. Okay, there's
You
Governor.
know, yeah, he's activating 19 force, but like if he wants to drain at 3 systems and has to save 8 for it can wait,
Mm-hmm.
all right, well, now it's it'll be tough.
I mean, if you're Chris, what do you grab? That's the question. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I
Organized
feel like.
attack would be the other thing you're really worried about. And
I,
maybe that's what he's counting on is organized attack.
I mean, the only thing is like you don't get the bonuses to the A wings with organized attack. So I mean, you got to come down with a bunch of X wings and Y wings with it, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I think he's got a lot of X-wings and Y-wings.
Yeah.
You know, the a new seeker base saying you get your deployment modifier at all the locations means he's running 3 or 4 of the Red Squadron X-wings, 3 or 4 of the Gold Squadron Y-wings.
Yeah.
You know, and he's going to start using those a decent amount. All right, so he's loading up Vengeance here since he lost, and that's honestly the other reason I really would have liked Thrawn at Lothal instead of that loaded Vengeance.
Yeah.
Because again, now he's still behind on getting cards stacked on Tactician.
I mean, the other thing is, I mean, with him having
Card
Governor
collection.
Price now, he's going to be able to start getting cards with her once he gets it going. But we'll see what happens. Okay, he moves over in front of the Green Squadron A Wing. I like this.
Yep.
Price moves
Yeah.
over. I understand why you're doing it, but you know this is
Yeah,
in a
I
base.
mean,
I would try to spread out a little bit on the ground.
you can't leave somebody who doesn't at least draw Destiny.
True.
Like, it wouldn't shock me if Justin, you know, I haven't looked at the deck list, but it wouldn't shock me with Hidden Base if there's at least a EPP Luke to keep
No.
bringing before me, honest.
No, you play. You play. I think Johnny plays Luke Skywalker V.
Could be.
Matter of
You
fact,
know.
I'm almost positive.
Yeah. I mean, that would make sense, but it wouldn't, you know, a single random EPP for a late game blow up a site if they spread too thin
Mm-hmm.
isn't a terrible play. And there's no need for him to risk it.
Yeah. Okay, so
now.
Justin does drain at Malachor. That does rotate the Weather Vane, and it will allow him to draw a card off the top of his reserve deck. Chris loses. We're in attack position now to the drain. Again, it is only a drain of 1 because of the light side, 0 side of the objective.
Nope.
Okay, he is going to go get a site. There's Kifix. So now he's got the 5 the 5 systems. He could flip almost at any time, but with the Vengeance doing Vengeance things, you really don't want to just yet. Okay.
I mean, and there comes Kifix as well. Like,
Yeah, we got Kifix and Kessel on the field.
I mean, Vengeance is fine. You don't. I mean, right now, all Justin's going to do is start running away until he builds his hand with enough stuff to actually come down on him. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Chris is going to cause him at most 1 damage.
Yeah.
And that's if he doesn't cancel both of them, like until he gets the until Chris probes his hidden base, he's got 2 locations. Justin will just cancel both drains and
Yeah.
drain for a chunk up to that point. So I'm
Okay, the Green Squadron A-Wing runs away to Castle, or to Kashyyyk, sorry. And the Gold Squadron Y-Wing runs to Castle. So he is giving up that drain at Camino, but I'm assuming he's got another starship. In the chat, Jared is saying that Johnny's deck played 5, it could wait. Yeah, that's insane. Chris Kelly's not going to be a happy camper no matter how this ends. You know what? It's funny.
I watched the end of Johnny and Justin's game in the Constellation Championship, and I know Justin had grabbed It Can Wait, and there was like 4 or 5 of them stacked there, and that was kind of the thing is like, okay, I'll stack, all right, I'll pay 8. Like that's why you're activating. I mean, good Lord, they're both activating 22 and 23 force.
That's great.
Like they're literally activating their deck from now on.
And Justin, we just saw he played Follow the Legend non-V to look for a Weather Vane, but again, he's got the Weather Vane on there, so he's just putting a 6 back into his deck.
Well, it's a 6 that goes and grabs the Weather Vane for him.
Yeah.
Like that's a great
It is.
A great puller. Like, okay.
Props to Johnny for making this.
Yeah, that's his. This is nuts.
It is.
So, I'm curious. Like I said, I didn't get to watch any of John's game. I played against one of his kids and won by the skin of my teeth. And after I made a huge mistake, and his kid rightly called me on it the moment it happened. He's like, "Oh, you screwed up."
Which
I needed to hear that from a 10-year-old.
Which one? There's Benji and Apollo. Was it the older one or the younger one?
I think it was the younger one. I played them both in day 1 at Worlds, and I played the older one in the Cube event as well. So I actually played the entire Chu family in day 1 and went 2-1. So I'm gonna count that as a.
I'm guessing you lost to Johnny.
We're not going to discuss which one I lost to. We're going to say I went 2-1 against the Chu family, and we're going to be good with that. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know why you need to try and point these things out like that Johnny's good at the game and maybe I'm not, but
well, I mean, everybody knows that Johnny Chu is good at this game. There's a reason why there are a lot of people who refer to him as the greatest of all time.
Oh no, I'm aware. So Justin did not flip here. So I wonder if he's got one more system floating or maybe Camino is his hidden base and he doesn't want to
or I mean
give that up.
Why flip now, especially if you have a non-unique starfighter that you can just stack? Like if you're only losing 1 force, do you care?
But you don't want to lose any force.
Yeah, I know you don't want to. I understand you don't want to lose any force, but let's see. 3 more ticks of the Weather Vane, he gets to retrieve anything he wants. That's still pretty good.
Oh no, I fully agree. It's. So I don't know what Chris was looking for there.
Either a system or
must be another site.
Yeah, or his Destiny's like he doesn't like his Destiny or something.
Yeah, maybe he didn't like his Destiny, but I don't know why he thinks he's going to get a Destiny through. Like, It Can Wait is just going to annoy him until he's dead.
And of course, Justin is poking the bear right now. He's like, without knowing what you're looking for, I can't comment.
It's
if you told me, maybe I could.
Oh, and you know what? The It Can Wait.
Yeah.
Because they were deployed simultaneously.
You can't deploy them both.
You can't deploy them simultaneously now, so he can get the Chimera.
But he can't have Thrawn.
It Can Wait Thrawn.
Oh my gosh. That's insane.
Oh. Why must
And I
Justin
would-
be just so? There it goes.
Yep, there it is. I'm loving it. Yep, he grabs it. He grabs it.
Now he's grabbing
He grabbed
it.
it. Okay.
I feel like Scott Langrell is watching this
Oh,
game
yeah.
and just smiling ear to ear.
Jared, where's Scott?
Yeah.
Somebody paid Scott.
Yeah,
I want to get.
if
I would
Scott's
love to
not
get Scott
watching
on
this
the
game-
call.
If Scott isn't watching this game and just in heaven, I don't know what happens. And he can wait. Okay, so he's throwing Peloton on board the Chimera. So he's gonna draw Destiny against Wedge.
Yeah, and I mean he's immune less than 5.
He's
But
immune to less than 6.
uh,
There's Chimera. Yeah, Chimera is only less than
no,
5
when
in Thrawn's
Thrawn's
piloting,
there,
but it doesn't matter. He's got we're in attack position now, and Mahdi makes it
Yeah.
less than 6. Any capital with a pilot character.
I thought Mahdi just has a 1 because the Admiral's order is 4. Mahdi
Oh,
is
power
1.
+2 and immediate. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's power +2. I misread the +2. You're right. So he's immune to less than 5,
yeah.
which is still
It's still good, but you got to think that Justin has like something here to run away.
either a hyper escape or something.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I mean, don't get me wrong. That is a scary Star Destroyer.
yeah, and
Just
Thrawn's gonna be coming back, but I don't know what Chris is.
yeah. I
I
don't know.
think Chris needs to throw another guy on the ground and move Price over.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs to get as much
And-
damage down on the ground as he can.
He just needs to get damage through. Like,
Yeah.
all right, so he's trying
We
to.
got a little back and forth. I love it.
Yeah,
Chris, I'm dumb. Do not judge. Justin is saying me too. But Justin just say like apparently Justin just saved him 12 force. So
he didn't put out Goldenrod
yeah.
early on. I mean, Goldenrod wouldn't have affected Peloton. I mean, he still paid 1 for.
Yeah. No, I paid 2.
Oh, he paid 2, yeah, because he's
Yeah.
-1. So.
You know what? I'm just glad both players are not like I'm glad Chris is smiling a little bit as he's doing this.
Yeah.
Okay,
And there's the
lateral
flat damage, which I can't see Justin spreading like this without some sort of answer.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, either hit and run or hyper escape, or even just a Hujix to
Yeah.
fine, whatever.
I mean, Jared, again, in the chat, Jared has already looked at Johnny's list from Worlds, and he's saying that there's hit and run ×2 in the deck, so the hit and run is definitely on the table here. Okay, there's a good card. Vader, Darth Vader, Emperor's Enforcer coming down. Making sure,
Yeah,
Chris making sure it's the AI version.
of course he is, and you know he's just got to get that ground, that ground saved.
Yep. And the Weather
All right,
Vane.
so he turns the Weather Vane.
Yep.
He does get the battle started. I mean,
Yeah, that's good that he can actually turn the Weather Vane just for battling, and even if the battle ends here, you still turned it.
yeah, you still got the turn, which is good. I'm.
Okay, let's see what Justin's got though. He needs something.
Yeah. There's the hit and
There
run.
it is. Yep.
Now, does Chris have a sense?
Uh,
I mean,
I don't
nope,
know.
apparently not. I mean, that's a deck where you could occasionally see 1 or 2 senses
Yeah.
thrown
yeah.
in, but like as the meta's kind of moved back to a lot of decks that are running, you know, high ability characters are throwing in a random sense, just because if you're not prepped for it, it can be real nasty.
Yeah. And the
Yeah,
hit and
so he
run does
follows.
go. Yeah, I think you gotta go. You gotta move. I mean,
Oh yeah, no, you move and you force them to move there, and there's honestly it's better to leave the lat damage out there
Oh yeah.
Like, there's no need to. We got to see Lands Mahdi. I don't
I don't know about
understand that
that.
play.
Yeah, I would have. I mean, I think Chris is being a little too overprotective of those locations now.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's. I wouldn't leave Price alone, even
Yeah,
against Hidden Base. I would feel very safe leaving Vader alone,
yeah. I mean, you could
especially
always.
in a deck that probably is running. It's probably fairly low Destiny.
I mean, you could always just move her into the non-battleground. Like there is that option.
I guess you know what he moved Mahdi down so he can get the ping off of attack position now.
There it is.
So
Yeah,
he's a
that makes
commander.
sense. Yeah, he
I
needs.
guess that's
It's not a bad idea. I like that.
yeah. I mean that's why I
Okay, now
yeah he
Justin
needs that
does.
damage.
Justin flips though, so now he can start doing some damage himself. Chris does pull his resistance shield, so the drain of 3 at Kessel will only be a drain of 2 there.
Yep.
But here's now
And
where
I
the
think
game's going to get a little more interesting.
so. Now I think Justin either telegraphed that Camino is his hidden base, or is trying to telegraph Camino is his hidden base to get Chris to move back there, and it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm
And
thinking.
at this point, that's kind of a, you know, kind of a, I
Kind
guess,
of-
game. Like,
Kind of a big brain move.
yeah, I like the move either way.
Yeah.
Like,
Agreed.
if it's his hidden base, that's great. That the right move thing was to wait till he moved away because now he can't do anything about it till he moves back.
Wow, Chris is playing 3 copies of We're in attack position now. Interesting.
You want it early, and if you're using Piet to pull Mahdi, you've got to get it.
That makes sense.
Like it's
Yeah.
it is that important of a card.
Yeah. I agree.
So
So he drains.
Justin's got 11 cards in hand, which is really like
It's a lot. The other thing is he's got 20 cards in his force pile, and he
Yeah.
he activated
he's
everything
going to
but
spend another
one.
3 to drain.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he left the 1 to draw with a new secret base
Yeah, makes sense.
with the 1 drain, which makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
So now he's
There's a drain of 2 at Kessel. Ah, there's a good tech card.
the
Furry
the
Fury.
Fury Theory.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can
just
never
for
say
the
that card.
HCF.
Like it's a tongue twister for me. So
Yeah, just anti-HCF text. I kind of like it.
oh yeah, I like it too. Like it's a very good card right now. Okay, projection of Skywalker.
There's another projection.
Chris right now would love to have a Dark Time, the new Dark Time combo, where it says if your opponent doesn't occupy a battleground site, you can cancel projection or metaspace, I believe.
Yeah, he's probing Malachar, which I'm sure it's not.
Yeah.
But like, if it's not Camino, my guess would be Kifix,
Yeah.
and you're just throwing it at one edge and saying okay. Now the question is, does he move a ship to Camino and force Chris to come back to him?
Possibly.
Or does he leave Camino, spread out across all the other stuff, and see where it goes?
Okay.
No, he throws Red 8 to Camino,
And
gets his free shield.
yep, gets a free shield, so he gets his 5th shield. He gets aim high. I don't know why aim high.
I don't think there's any other shields that are terribly relevant right now.
Yeah, I don't know either. What chance we have?
I don't
Oh,
care for
the
that.
pain. Well, no, it makes sense because if Chris gets another general or commander down, it would be limited to 1.
if he gets another general or commander down,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Justin maintains 4 battleground systems, which I'm I don't love that play. I don't hate it, and I see what you're talking about. I just feel like that could have been a.
Yeah.
There's no rush to put that out. If he'd have held
Exactly.
on to that for a little while to see if he got another general out, it wouldn't have hurt him.
Exactly. And it's like somebody said something to me today after my game against Sam Tashima, where first turn I go deploy the blaster or controls. Like he was like, "Why did you just don't deploy it first turn? Deploy it when you need it. That way your opponent just can't ditch his rebel leaderships. He has to think about what he wants to lose." I'm like, "Okay, that makes sense."
Yep.
Okay.
There's times where you need to get it where you're getting it out early if you're using
Yeah.
something to pull it. Like back in the day, the closed door decks that were just getting it out
Yeah.
right away because you were pulling it from reserve and you don't want to count on, oh, well, it's not in there when I really do need it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's in hand, you just hold on to it till it's the right play.
Yeah.
And now he's spread out at 5 systems, and
Chris only has a 3-card hand, and we know that one of them is Thrawn.
yeah. And he's going to get 1 damage through on Justin. 2?
No.
He'll get 1.
Yeah.
He'll get a drain of 1 through, and he'll get 1 ping from attack position now.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll get 2 pings total.
And Justin's only got 19 cards in his life force. I mean, he's putting a lot of cards. He's putting cards on the table, and he's got a big hand. So
yeah,
that's one thing about this deck. Like I know he's got the Weather Vane, but if he can somehow get Luke Skywalker and put Luke on, I don't know, like the Gold Squadron Y-wing, that would really help him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, getting Luke would help him a lot. He's.
But like you were saying, like right now, the fact that he's so spread out, it's really nice because you really don't think Chris can battle you. So you should be able to, like, I know Chris is going to have to move at some point, and when he does, then he can block some of those drains. But he's got 3 drains that he's not going to be able to do anything about, and that means that the Weather Vane's going to rotate at least 3 times.
Yeah.
So it's going to be in the 3 o'clock position.
Yeah. And I mean, he's got. You assume Justin's sitting on another It Can Wait, which is, again, if he can keep Thrawn off the table.
Yeah.
That's going to make this such a slog because if he'd gotten Thrawn out, this game would be, I think, a lot more interesting because all those drains, even though they're getting canceled, that would have been stack an art card.
Well, I mean, it's only where Thrawn
to add
is,
up real
right?
quick. But that, I mean, he's drained now, 3 times at the system?
Yeah.
So that's 3 cards out of Chris's deck, or out of Justin's deck, that he's not getting back.
Yeah.
Like, that would be valuable.
And we saw that Justin went ahead and put the Walkling out of play. So he retrieved the hit and run, but then he loses the Tycho and Green Squadron 3 to the we're in his attack position. So.
And I assume he'll activate down to that hit and run so he can grab it with a new secret base next turn when he drains, as Thrawn comes down and It Can Wait sends Thrawn back. I know Scott's got a life and kids and probably isn't, sitting on a Saturday night watching Star Wars cards, but he would be laughing like a schoolgirl right now. He would be so giddy.
You know what? Either Chris or Justin needs to send the replay to Chris and be just like, or to Scott and just be like, "Watch this."
Yeah.
I know Chris won't because of what's going on, but I know Jared's in the chat. Jared might be able to say, "Hey, Chris, just do it."
Yeah, and if Chris won't, I think Justin certainly could. Or anybody could send him once this gets thrown up on YouTube.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta gotta watch it. So
Okay, so Captain Nita and the Avenger come down
the
as a
Avenger.
matching ship. They come down for
Okay.
7. Justin with they're tracking us. He's going to activate a force.
Nope.
So he doesn't have so no barrier, nothing there. You got to think he's got like the hyper escape, maybe another hit and run here.
I'd assume that's what he's sitting on.
But
Either that or a Hujix.
Yeah, but more importantly though, now Chris is going to be able to probe at that location, and it's setting him up to go to Kifix next turn.
Yeah.
But that's also taking cards out of his hand, which, so it's kind of like, what do you want to do?
Probing Nar Shaddaa.
Yeah,
So now I assume the one card left in his hand is Thrawn.
possibly, yeah.
I can't imagine he's probing with Thrawn. Like,
Yeah.
you have to get Thrawn out. You just have to try and run Justin through. It can wait.
Okay, so the Weather Vane
Start
does
in the battle,
turn.
but you'll turn the Vane.
Yep. Ooh. No, he didn't have a...
Reacting with the spiral.
Yeah. I kind of like that. That's interesting. It's different.
Like,
That's why he activated
the... That.
That's why he threw down... they're tracking
Activated the extra one.
Yeah.
Okay. So... Went for apology accepted and it wasn't there.
I mean, it's immune less than 5.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have drawn 2 instead of 1 and been totally immune, but like, you just make him lose Nita either way. Like, there's no...
Well, what I'm saying...
I guess maybe if he thought he could get an 8 in Total Battle Destiny and wipe the system...
Yeah. I mean, I don't see Justin cracking the immunity of this Star Destroyer. So, Nita's going to stick around. Okay.
In all likelihood, yes.
Draws a 4 for Battle Destiny, so one of those cards is going to go lost. Apparently, Jared is saying that Chris will see Scott tomorrow.
And looks like it'll...
Yep, draws a 3. So, I mean, he's taking 2, and yeah, he's only losing the attrition here. So,
yeah.
I mean, he could theoretically...
He's not losing anything there.
Yeah.
It's... I don't think he's sad about that, the way that battle went. It's just... It is what it is. He loses one ship, and it is...
Okay. So Chris is only going to be able to draw 1 card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he after moving.
Right. He moves the Avenger to Kifix, which makes sense. But with him having 3 cards in his force pile, he's only got 1 card in hand, and he can only draw 1 card. I mean, that's not good.
Yeah. That's not enough to sustain him.
Yeah.
And he's going to lose, what, 2, 4, 6... He's going to lose 10 in drains.
Yeah.
This turn, and that's that'll be
he'll go down to 14.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, he'll go down to 14 life force, unless he loses the 2 cards in his hand, which I don't think he's going to.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, Justin's going to be able to retrieve 1.
And he's going to draw the hit and run, so he can move in front of one of those ships.
Yeah.
And take it out. Yeah. I don't like the position Chris is in here.
No, he needs to... Well, I mean, if he can find the hidden base...
He needs to find the hidden base.
Yeah. As soon as he finds the hidden base, it's a whole different ball game.
As soon as he finds the hidden base, it gets a little closer.
Yeah.
Like, then it becomes, him not paying for drains actually makes a difference.
Yeah.
But it's not... Oh, what?
Lost in Space.
What is this?
Lost in Space? It's a great card. So, Uh, it's an immediate effect. If a pilot was just lost at a
Activations.
Slissumer
Yeah,
sector, deploy on that location, stack the pilot here. The pilot may be rescued by or captured by any capital starship present here during any move phase, and may be targeted by weapons except during battle. As if present, treat as a starfighter with defense value equals 0. Lost if no pilot here. So you lose Thrawn, you just get him back right away.
okay, I like that. Yeah, that's
I mean, most people are like,
that's a solid little. That's a solid card.
the only thing about it is though, a lot of people are playing only like one Thrawn just because they play that. But it is an immediate effect that's not immune to control.
Yeah.
So, I don't think
right.
you can rely
So-
just on that.
Justin activated. I think he.
He activated everything down to the hit and run.
No, he activated one above the hit and run. The hit and run is, I think, the top card of his reserve deck now.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
So I think he might be going. I think his plan might be to go after the Avenger.
With what though? That's my question.
So
Like, I mean, saving 2
he's got
destiny
9 cards in hand. I mean, basically,
True.
any 2 starfighters. Any 2 starfighters plus an organized attack,
would be really good.
and he's outpowering the Avenger by a decent amount at Kifix.
And you got to think though that Chris is going to
So
do something. So I mean, now Chris has a 3-card hand. We know one's Thrawn. We know one is Lost in Space.
Yeah.
We don't know what that other card is. But the
Yeah.
thing is, like, as soon as as soon as he finds the hidden base, he's going to make it so Justin cancels drains. And the other thing is, he gets all those cards that he has underneath those systems back into his deck. So
yeah,
it's
I mean,
essentially
he'll get 3 cards back.
Yeah.
Because he's only got 2 systems probed right now. He's got Malachor and Shah.
I mean, it's the same thing though. As like
So-
it's the same, like almost as like you're retrieving the 3.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely. It's not a. It doesn't hurt to do it.
Yeah.
It's just a. He's. If he probes the hidden base, this becomes a close game instead of the Justin is
Okay.
grievously far ahead, like I think he is right now.
Uh,
Well, he gets to spin the weather vane with starting a battle too.
True.
I think.
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah, I'm trying to read it, and
Okay.
when you highlight it right now, it flipped it upside down on me. So
There's
he
the
probed
probe, and
Kifix, and that was
boom.
it.
Kifix is
Yep.
the hidden base. So good job, Chris.
All right.
Get yourself 3 cards back.
Yep. So
I mean, and the other thing is like, Justin only drained twice.
yeah, well, because he was saving to jump him at Kifix.
Yeah. Okay. So Sith Fury,
Yeah.
lateral damage, and Imperial Command. Interesting. So
You're
those were
surprised about command and a deck full
No,
of
no, no, no,
admirals?
no. I'm as surprised that it was one of the probed cards.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
he probably rightly figured he wasn't going to get battled into with an admiral, or
True.
he might have had a second one in a spot. And there's the gold leader and gold ones, so the apology accepted doesn't really help him.
Yep. There's Farm Boy Luke.
And there's Luke. So
Uh,
now he's
He's only got 2
got a
force
decent-
left though.
yeah, which is fine. So you're 1 to battle.
Yeah. 1 to battle, 1 to pay for the retrieval.
Yeah, and you're drawing a 5.
Yeah.
And I assume you organized attack.
Yep. I mean, that would make it 16
So-
to 11. So 21 to 11 before Chris draws a Destiny.
Yeah.
So Chris is only going to lose Nita.
Yeah.
Yep, there's the organized attack. So both of his ships there are immune. I guess he wasn't tracking. Interesting.
Okay. We'll have to ask him afterwards because I was
Yeah.
pretty sure that was the hit and run.
I
Because he
mean,
paid
I
one to
think,
retrieve it with Walkley.
yeah, the math looked correct. It was a hit and run.
Oh, hit and
Okay,
run.
he has a hit and run, but it's only a 3.
Yeah, okay. Hit and run's not a 5. That would be the. I
Organized
don't know why
attack.
I was thinking hit and run's a 5. Organized attack is a 5, and hyper escape's a 5.
Yeah. Not everything
Hyper
can be
escape
a
if you
5.
react. I know. Well, they all should be.
And now I realize why Chris is playing 3 copies of the Admiral's Orders. It's a Destiny 6.
Yeah.
Okay, draws a 3. So 19 to 14.
So yeah, so he's down 5.
I think you still lose the Nita.
I think it's got to be Nita. I don't think you can afford to just peel
No.
5 here.
No.
There's just no way.
Yep. And that is
Yeah,
what Chris
you
will do.
lose Nita.
But here's the fun thing, though. Justin has no force saved.
So he'll finally get Thrawn down.
Yeah. Okay, Captain.
Yeah, I
Mayday.
mean, Chris is in a much better spot now that he got the hidden base
Yep.
than he would be if he hadn't.
Yeah.
But I'm still, say he's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. But he's going to rebel fleet the 2 probably.
Yeah.
So he's going to do 3. Like, yeah, he'll get Thrawn down, which will start
Yeah.
to add up.
Yeah.
But like,
Now the real game actually begins.
yeah,
We've been
so he's
waiting.
going to have to move the Avenger
Yeah.
somewhere, and that he's going to have to back up the Avenger with one of the other Star Destroyers.
And we know that the 2 cards in his hand are Thrawn and Lost in Space.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
there's really not much that Chris is going to be able to do this turn besides drain and throw down Thrawn. I mean, yes,
Yeah.
he's going to be
And
able to move, but
I mean, I guess theoretically he could throw Thrawn on the Avenger and just try and hit. He's got 2 Destinies there.
yeah, but if Justin has another organized attack, that's not good.
I mean, even if Justin's got another organized attack, Justin's Destiny aren't that good.
Yeah.
So Justin maybe hits 20 power again to drawing a 9 total at 2 Destinies isn't that hard
True.
for
Yeah. I mean,
Chris.
if he can get up to 20 power, I mean, it would just be a 2020.
he's
there's
he's at
happen.
11 with Thrawn and 2 Destiny.
Yeah.
And it's more a matter of if Justin doesn't have the organized attack,
Then
that might be a game ender.
Yeah, that would make Luke go, and losing Luke would be
Yeah.
very bad.
Like that might be the.
He loses a hit and run from his hand.
That makes sense. He's not gonna.
Yeah. Because I think the hit and run says you can only move 1. Oh, any or all of your starships.
Yeah,
So
he's.
I don't know. Like I like having that card is insurance.
I don't think he's gonna move in front of anyone except like now moving Gold Leader and someone.
Well, what I'm saying is you want that just in case Chris comes down with Thrawn here on the Avenger, like you were saying.
Well, if he comes down with Thrawn on the Avenger, hit and run you got to pay for anyways.
No, it's free.
No, it isn't.
It is.
Just after the weapon segment of battle, you may move any or all of your starships there away.
Oh,
There's
right.
nothing that says it's free.
Okay.
They say it's not free. That might be why he lost it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, if he doesn't have an organized attack here, this is going to be
Very bad.
bad for Justin.
And the thing is, if Chris wins this fight here, Justin will have to stack a card on the art card.
If Chris wins the fight here, that's the least of Justin's problem.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, he doesn't
He
battle.
moves.
He moves him to Naboo. All right.
I
I
don't like that.
I think Chris got scared of the possible possible organized attack there,
Yeah, but I mean,
but I don't love that. And I think it looks like he's moving around. I'm assuming he'll move Piet up to the Vengeance. Actually, what I'd like to see him do is move the Vengeance with those two pilots to
hmm
block one of the drains, and then move Chimera over
yeah,
and get Piet up on Chimera, which is what I think he's doing.
yeah,
So, because then next turn you can play the move around and get Thrawn on the Chimera and
yeah.
block stuff. But yeah, I think Chris is.
He's not doing terrible. I mean, he is going to take a lot of drains. I mean, Justin's going to probably activate everything he can drain for 1, 2, 3, 4 locations at 2, so that's
Yeah.
8. Then he's going to retrieve 1. So, and if he can
Yeah,
get
I mean,
all 4 of those drains through, he's going to retrieve 1 with the Weather Vane. So theoretically,
yeah,
Justin can retrieve 2 next turn.
yeah. Justin's still. This game is not over,
No.
and like I said, I think the. I think if Chris would have. If Chris thought he could have battled effectively at Kifix, I think he would have.
Yeah.
I think I think Justin scared him into thinking he had another organized attack, and maybe he did, maybe he didn't.
Yeah.
We'll see where this goes. But yeah, I think you'll see a.
Okay.
Oh, he does not move anyone. He moves to block the drain.
Okay.
So he's got no one at Lothal, which means he gives up the we're in attack position now pick.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not sure I love that.
And he also moves Vader over. I'm not sure I love that either.
That's
Is he just
immaterial. Vader
trying
wasn't
to?
doing any
I think
good.
he's just trying to use Force.
Yeah, I mean Vader wasn't doing him any good there, anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm. That's a if he needed to use that force instead of drawing it, that's fine. I don't think there was any upside or downside to that.
Yeah.
Like Justin has 2 cards in hand. There's no way he's got something to go after Vader right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be a little more curious if those 2 cards in hand, if he's got another ship, because he's got the one on Rebel Fleet. Like, does he want to go after Thrawn on the Avenger? I don't,
Not with Wedge having no power.
That's my thought, but it's if he's got 2 more ships, like if he's got another ship and an organized attack, so he's coming down, he's got 3 ships there.
Yeah.
It starts to not be the worst idea.
Yeah. I mean,
and he didn't activate all of it. He left a couple, so he's thinking.
I don't know what he's thinking.
I think that might have been the organized attack. He's going to leave there. I mean, so he's got a 5. I mean,
Okay, so he's going to drain for Kifix for 2. Okay, yep. Chris loses Overwhelmed. Oof, good card.
Yeah,
And he loses the Coarse and Rough and Irritating.
Yep. And Justin draws off Secret Base.
Yeah. That right there is getting him so much value this game.
Yeah. Oh, this is that's been a huge card for him.
Okay,
and I assume we'll see 2 more drains of 2 going through.
Yeah, he's going to drain. There goes the Imperial Enforcement. And a We Must Accelerate Our Hand, our plans, both from Chris's hand. So it looks like Chris has lost everything from his hand so far. Okay, another drain, and this one at Kessel. It's a drain of 2. So Justin just did 3 drains at 6 force loss.
Yep.
Yep. But I mean,
And retrieved a force with Luke and turned the weather vane
3 times.
enough to set himself up
Yeah.
to get one back with weather vane next turn. It's just a matter of what is he going to do to.
Yeah, he's got to do something here.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only got a 3-card hand, but I mean, there is a ship on the Rebel fleet, so that's essentially like he's got a 4-card hand. I mean, you pointed that out last turn. Okay, he's going to put the Red Squadron X-Wing to the rendezvous point for 1. Don't hate it. Oh, good play by Chris. I like that. Rebel Barrier to slow it down a little bit, and it gets a card back into his deck. No, it doesn't, I guess. Okay, so that little X-Wing is stuck at the rendezvous point.
Internet just
You just blipped on us.
dropped. Yeah, I'd been it was being funky for a little while, and I was refreshing and it was working, and now it just completely
I blame Brian Fred.
dropped on me.
I blame Brian Fred for snapping. You know, he's got that gauntlet with all the 6 original deck boxes, and he's just walking around with it now, snapping and causing issues.
He might have. I could see that. He's. Let's try disconnecting. And
Okay, the red 8 moves over to Kashyyyk. That's going to allow Chris to drain for 2 at Camino. Luke moves over with Wedge. Okay, I like this because now you have the Battle Destiny, and you can. Well, you don't get anything else. I mean here, but you get a Battle Destiny.
yeah, and you're forcing him to pay to draw his, which is forcing him to, keep cards and use cards that he couldn't do anything otherwise.
Okay, Wedge will fly over to Malachor. This tells me that he's got another starship in his hand. So if he's got another ship, Chris is only doing 1 point of damage this turn.
Yeah. And that's how this hidden base works, is it just, it doesn't necessarily do a ton early. It just, once it sets everything up, it just rolls downhill.
Yeah.
Real hard. And calls it all good.
I mean, what do you expect from a Johnny Chooch deck at this point?
Yeah. That's. I don't know if John, I mean, maybe he did, and I just never saw it. I don't know if Johnny had the weather vane in there. Did he? Okay.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember seeing. Neither of his kids play. His kids didn't play it on me. So.
Okay, Chris activates 8 force, he's saving 4. Interesting.
I mean, he's got to save a couple for Battle Destinies if he's going to be drawing anything, and he's not paying for his drains, so doesn't necessarily need a ton of force. So it's a.
Okay, so while Chris is thinking about what he's going to do here this turn, I say we go ahead and say our token for this game as he's draining for 2 at Camino.
I feel
Uh,
like it's got to be it can wait.
oh, easily. Yeah.
Like, but we haven't done it before. I'm sure that hasn't been a token before, so
Unless somebody was streaming a Scott game.
yeah.
Okay, there goes out of commission combo and transmission terminated off the top of the deck. We wish to board at once. I mean, those would have been good destinies to draw. Loses control and tunnel vision. So he didn't have another ship. I mean, he's still... Okay, I like this. Chris with the no escape V, so that way he can take Tarkin back into his hand.
Yeah.
That's why he saved the Destiny. So now he can potentially get 3 Destiny through, and in case he needs to, he can cause a redraw. He goes on to the Chimera.
Well,
I don't know if I...
so he adds a destiny with Thrawn.
Well, no, he adds with... How do you say his name?
Pelinon.
Pelinon.
Yeah, I don't think he would. I don't think he would with Pelinon.
He does. Pelinon is a leader.
Oh, he is. Okay.
So he's going to get 2 Destiny there, and then he's going to get 2 Destiny with Thrawn.
Okay.
So that's smart.
Yeah, it's a not get blown out in space if Justin does have 3 or 4 ships. You know, dropping a ship or 2 off Rebel fleet and off of whatever's going on.
Okay, so he goes and fights on Thrawn on the Avenger with Luke on Gold Squadron 1. Let's see if Justin has anything here to save his Luke. He plays a hit and run.
I was going to say, he got a hit and run back like that. So.
Yeah. And he uses the Force. Luke will run away to live to fight another day. He goes over to Kifix. So.
Yep.
So we should see. Yep, there's the fight at Kashyyyk. So Chris will get 2 Destiny here. Okay. Justin with the organized attack. So even though Chris is going to draw 2 Destiny, both those ships are immune to attrition now.
Yeah.
Okay, there's the added Destiny. So 16 to 10 before Destiny. Chris is going to be able to get a redraw if he needs it. He would have to draw a 1, though.
Yeah, I don't think he's got too many of those left floating in that deck.
There's a Destiny of 4. So it's 20 right now. Let's see what his second Destiny is going to be here. Another 4, so 24 to 10 before Justin draws. So you got to think Justin's going to lose both. He's going to have to lose both of these ships just to cover.
Yeah, I think he will. I think the organized attack might have been just put the 5 back so he can get it, so he can track it and minimize the damage.
Draws, it can wait. So that's a Battle Destiny of 2. So 25 to 12. Justin is currently down by 13. I believe those ships only cover 3 and a 4. Yeah, 3 and a 4.
7.
So he's going to have to lose 6 on top.
Oof.
Unless he's got the Hojiks.
And he already lost to Hujix once, so he lost one earlier to...
yes, he did.
We're in attack position now, the Hujix combo. And I don't know if he's playing 2.
And Jared is not in the chat, so don't think he's looking at Johnny's list right now. I know our resident Siri is in the chat, but he hasn't really said anything. Okay, there's the second Hojix, so he is playing 2.
Okay. So he did have a second one, which makes sense.
Yeah, with this many little weenies running around, yeah, you want the second Hojix.
Yeah. And honestly, the Hujix combo functions also as the out of nowhere to get the extra battle destiny. So it isn't a terrible terrible thing is my internet finally kicked back up after unplugging the modem. I was hoping to go. So I think it might just be my modem starting to die. I was going to go to Comcast tomorrow, but one kid's out of town and the other one's taking the other car, so I'm just going to sit home and watch football all day.
That sounds like a plan.
It's a hard life.
I was going to say, I'm going to go over for my sister and my brother-in-law's, drink beer, watch football, and then I got to come home and play 5 Champions Leagues game.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just watching for fantasy football as my Vikings came back from a 33-point deficit.
Oh, yeah.
Matt Ryan is gonna forever be known as the guy who can't hold a lead. Like,
yeah,
which is kind of unfortunate. Like, I feel bad for him, and
yeah,
some of that was just bad. Although there were some quick whistles during that game that were frustrating to watch.
I will say I'm probably done with fantasy football. I had the unfortunate take of in my family league of losing Jonathan Taylor, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and go back to our game. We're going to go ahead and give away a GIMP AI booster pack to one lucky viewer. First person in the chat who can tell us what Justin's hidden base was. See who's been paying attention.
I know.
I said in the chat.
You're probably not going to let me win.
No.
I feel like it would be cheating if I put in the chat that it's... Oh, there's the HCF, which is...
Yeah. I mean, it's at the rendezvous point, so... Yeah, we have our winner, Sarah Chan, if I'm saying that correctly. Please let me know who you are via the... if you can let me know on Discord or the forums, we'll make sure you guys get that GIMP AI booster pack. Okay, so the Hunter and the Falcon warps all the way over to Naboo. You got to think Justin's running low on stuff that he can use to evade all this.
Yeah, like I'm not sure what...
Oh, hey, Jared.
I don't necessarily love him moving to...
Yeah, I don't...
I don't love him moving HCF to Naboo. I don't see any benefit to, like... If you're going to block a drain, that's who you want to use to block that drain.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you were saying, he just used the Hojix on Chris's last turn. So... Probably not going to... He probably doesn't have another one.
Yeah, I can't imagine he's got 3 in the deck.
So, I agree. I would rather have the HCF blocking something at, like, either... Well, you probably don't want to go to Nar Shaddaa because he's getting 2 Destiny there. You probably don't want to go to Kessel because, again, 2 Destiny there. I mean, Malachor, Chris is only getting 1 Destiny, so it's probably the best location.
Moving HCF and the Red Squadron 1 to Malachor, where you're both getting 1 Destiny, but HCF is getting added Destiny to power.
Yeah.
And you're probably not losing anything.
Yeah. And the other thing is,
terrible.
You really don't care about the drain at Kessel because it's only a drain of 1.
Yeah, you'll let him have the drain at Kessel. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm
not surprised about that, but Malachor is a drain too.
So he left the Green Squadron Y-Wing.
Yeah.
All by its lonesome.
It's the little A-Wing that could. I mean, we saw Jared play the little Y-Wing that could a couple at some point. I think it was the NPC a couple of years ago. But this is the little A-Wing that could, you know?
Yeah, like
sticking it to the man.
Put a landing claw on it, so I don't know what he's.
Those were
I'm not
the days.
sure where he's going with this.
Yeah, so he loses Luke Skywalker at the top.
No, those weren't the days. Landing claw was no fun.
Oh, I've had so much fun with it. Okay, there goes an organized attack.
Sorry, your parents didn't love you enough.
And a
Landing
X-Wing
claw
laser
is not a fun part.
No, my parents did not. That's why I play this game, to get the emotional and the emotions and the love that I so clearly and dearly need.
It's,
Okay, he loses another organized attack from his hand.
yeah, he's only. I mean, he's got one card in hand. There's
Yeah,
organized attack does nothing to the A wing,
yeah,
and I think he's decided he's not going to get battled. So I'm assuming the last card must be a hit run,
yeah.
or he's
I mean,
just going to
he's
say GG and
yeah.
forgot to move away. Yep.
Another hit and run.
Yeah.
Run, little A-wing. Save thyself.
So now run him to Malachor.
Malachor.
Yep. Basically, you don't want to run him to Lothal because you don't want to give him an excuse to move to Lothal and get that ping.
Yep.
So you're staying away. Like, Justin's playing this as smart as he could.
Yeah, and here's the other thing.
You know,
Looking at the timer right now, Chris is under 9 minutes. Justin's at 22 minutes.
yeah. Chris has definitely had some spots where he's really had to think.
Yes. Yeah.
But I think at 9 minutes, Justin's only got 13 cards left.
Yeah. That's the other thing. And like, how many times can he play hit and run or other evasion to move his ships away that he so desperately needs to keep out there?
Yeah, like, he's got 13 cards left. So if he activates all of it, or all but one, he's going to pay 9.
No, he's gonna play. He'll play 6.
He's going to pay 6. Yeah, he's not even going to get 3 drains through.
But he's also then going to pay the
So
1 to retrieve.
Yeah. He's just not going to get much through here.
Yeah, because right now Chris has 5 cards in Life Force. Okay, so Justin activates. He only activates 10.
13 force.
Yeah.
Like,
this is close. This is a close one. I like that. This is a very close. I gotta think big brain moves and stuff. Kind of a match. I like that.
Justin only activating 10 confuses me.
He's got to be tracking down to something.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering what he thinks he's like.
Yeah.
Chris leaving 3 screams, I've got another barrier.
Yes. Like, yeah, because there is one barrier.
That's the cost to play another barrier, and that's really, I think, the only way Chris loses this game is if he gets jumped somewhere in space
I just
for enough to hurt him.
I just don't see anywhere that really Justin can jump him in space. We just saw him lose 2 organized
Especially
attacks.
with only 1 card in hand. Yeah. And that's just it. Is I'm just not sure what we're gonna see.
And unfortunately for Justin, all those drains that Chris is going to do up in space, they're all drains of 2.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know it looks. I mean, yes, there were some, I would say, questionable plays by both players, but it's still a really tight game. Like, this at this point is one of those games where the next mistake is going to cost the player the game.
Yeah. And some of the questionable plays might have been things just didn't line up.
Yes.
You know, like we talked about the, not getting out Thrawn right away. Might have just been one of those that just didn't line up right.
Yes.
And Chris was trying to figure out a way around it.
Now, I will say, if you're just, well, no, there's no real point to moving in front to Lothal here, because like you said, it turns back on the we're in attack position now damage. I was thinking like Lothal's only a drain of 1, but then the damage is still the same. So, and that's what, like you were saying, Justin playing the what chance do we have has not come into play at all this game.
Yeah, and that was kind of what, like I said, I didn't foresee there being enough generals or commanders in that deck that he was going to be doing 2 damage with it.
I mean, we haven't seen General Veers at all.
No. And there might have been, and it just wasn't, it's possible that was once he played that, Chris just didn't bother putting down Veers.
Yeah.
and that would be fine. But like
I think
from
you would.
Justin's perspective, he would have rather Chris put down Veers and
Yeah,
then play the what chance do we have so that
yeah,
Veers is lost. The Veers being on table is effectively one lost force
exactly.
because he does nothing on table.
Yeah.
You know.
And Justin was going to play the what chance do we have anyways because he knows that Chris was going to have some sort of direct damage. So it makes sense.
Yep. So Justin drew one card. He's got one force left to either move that Gray Squadron Y wing or telegraph the
Hit and run. Yeah. And I think that's what he's doing is I think he's just purely
moving another one in front. So
okay, that's a little different.
yeah, I mean he's got the so he's saying I've got the organized attack.
Oh.
Come get me.
Well, it could be organized attack. The other thing is Justin has a card in the deck that we haven't seen just yet. He also so I don't know if it's coming if we're gonna see it in all this match, but outside of that, he really doesn't have a lot of evasion outside of the hit and run.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all the it can waits are supposed to be his main evasion.
True. Yeah.
So.
And he'll lose a We Wish to
really
once. So Chris drains for 2 at Camino. Justin loses. They're tracking us. Green Squadron A-Wing. Drain for 2 at Malachor. We Wish to Born once. It can wait. And then the drain at the capital city is a Gold Squadron Y-Wing. So.
I feel like this is over.
It's Life Force is still going. Like, it's still going strong.
Yeah, but I don't see...
Oh, there's an.
I don't see a line here for Justin to win, and
yeah,
that means there was also no organized attack.
Yeah.
I just don't see a line here where Justin wins. He activates 8,
draws a 4, so
drains for 4.
Oof.
And that hurts.
That hurt because here's the thing, and I'm hoping Justin has this card in his hand. So it's a 1. There's the Veers. Now, if Justin could... Okay, he doesn't have it. You do have your moments. Cause the redraw. There's nothing to redraw.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be good. Okay, he draws a 2, so 11. That's just...
16. I mean, he's losing 5, which is both ships.
And he stacks a card.
And stacks a card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is...
I think if you're Justin... You do as much damage as you can. Like, he's only going to be able to drain for 2. Or at 2 locations for 4. So...
Yeah.
But the thing is, Chris now can cover 3 drains. So he's only going to be able to drain for 2 and possibly retrieve 1.
Yeah. And honestly, like, I could definitely see Chris blocking all 3 of the drains here. I think he only gets 1 drain through.
Yeah. I agree.
And I just don't...
Okay, never mind.
To get the ping.
I don't know if I like this because he's going to bring Chris up to 5. Like, after if Justin drains for both locations, it's going to bring him to 5. So...
Yeah, but if he drains at both locations, he's stuck.
Yeah, he's stuck at 1 location.
1 location, his ship is stuck, which is
not a good thing. That's a good point. Like, he retrieves with Luke. I mean, he still has 1 card in his hand. Looks like, let's see, Chris is going to do 2, 4, 5, 6 next turn.
1, 2, 3.
So Justin should get 1 more round of drains in.
I mean, if Chris does 6, Justin's got 9 cards total.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah,
if Chris does 4, Justin has 1 round of drains left.
Well, no, if he does 5, well, he is long. Yeah.
Like he's just got to get him below 6. So it's
Well, I'm saying he can still drain for one round of drains. He just won't be
He
able
can
to
get one
move.
more drain. Yeah, he can get one more drain of 2
Yeah.
out somewhere. Like, because yeah, he's going to drain for 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
and 4 with
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because the reason he's doing 5 is because he also gets the damage from the art card.
Oh yeah,
Because Thrawn right
he's
now
got
is parked
Thrawn
in.
there. Yep.
Yeah.
So it is 5, which either way it leaves
Justin at 4.
Justin at 4 cards, which is 1 drain.
Yep.
Maybe.
The other thing is, if Chris fights at Nar Shaddaa, he's going to win the fight. That's going to cause a pain damage with the Vengeance.
Yeah.
So Chris can actually do 6 points of damage this turn.
Yeah, and I don't think it.
And then, so that's going to put, and then so Justin will have 1 round of drains for 2, bringing Chris down to 5. So Chris should win this game by 5.
Yeah. Chris has this either way. There's so the Hujix was the last card
In his hand.
in Justin's hand. So
Yeah, he can't really. Like, that's a card you don't. Oh, it's a drain of 0 there.
that's right.
Lothal, yeah.
So it's not a battleground.
While you occupy with a battleground, yep. While you control, opponent occupies with an admiral, or Lothal.
Because he doesn't have an admiral. Yeah,
Yeah, no, he does. He has Thrawn. That's a bug.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a big bug.
because
yeah.
it should have added a. Well, it didn't let him drain there. It should have. Because actually, it should have let him drain for 0. Oh, at same battleground as Thrawn. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a bug there. It didn't add the
Hold
icon.
on. Yeah, it's saying it's not a battleground. While you control, opponent occupies with an admiral.
Or Lothal converted gains 1 icon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's there's a bug there.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Well, actually, that made a huge difference because
That
that just
did-
cost
yeah,
him
that did.
That cost him 2 force.
I think if you're Justin, you'll give him the 2 force. Like, you should give him the 2 force. Like, Chris
Yeah.
should win this by 5.
Chris is gonna, yeah. I mean, Chris wins it either way. Justin drew a 5 there, so Chris loses someone off the ship, but he loses the 1 from Vengeance, so he does drop Justin into he can only drain once.
Yeah.
Which was the big thing.
Yeah. So it doesn't
And
matter.
then he loses. I gotta think he loses Luke and then Gold Leader. And Chris gets the Lost in Space.
I don't like that. Because now Chris is going to lose 2. There was no point to playing that.
Ultimately, there's no point either way. Like,
Well, no, what I'm saying is, because if he had that card in his hand, Chris right now is at 6. Justin would drain him for 2, so he would have been at 4.
Yeah.
Now he's going to be. Well, he's going to be at 4. But if he had that card in his hand, he would have had 7 cards. He would have been at 5.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
I don't know. 1 and 5, like, that's another point of loss that Chris now going into game 2, like, you got to think it like that's the mindset you've got to be in sometimes. Now I know this is like differential, and with Chris winning, he's almost assuredly in the top 8 because nobody else in his bracket. Like, I believe these are the last 2 games in their pod, and if so, Chris right now is sitting really good. So Chris right now is, let's double check. He is 8. So he's 4 wins. This would put him at 10 points. Justin is the next closest person at 6. So yeah, Chris it automatically advances. Like, this win seals the deal for him.
Chris just wanted the win, and I don't think there was any way to avoid the win. Like, he got ahead, and that meant he was going to win.
Yeah. Well, Jared, what I'm saying is Chris now has 10 victory points. And Justin has 6 victory points, being the next closest person out of their pod.
Yeah.
There
So
you,
Chris
yeah,
can't
there
finish
you
with
go.
less than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, but this does come into play for Justin because he's now fighting up for a spot for one of 2 spots.
Yeah.
Okay, and looks like Justin is going to just draw, and he's going to take. Yeah, he's just going to
Yeah.
peel the 5 or the 4, the last
Yep.
4 cards.
Reduce the cards in Lost by one
Yeah.
more.
Well, yeah, just by 1.
Yeah. By 1.
Yep.
Because he gave up the art card
Yep.
instead, and then he's just going to peel his 3.
Okay, so Chris Kelly is your victor from Pod F. So Chris is the first person to emerge victorious from the group stage, essentially,
Yep.
or the pod stage.
That was an interesting game. I mean, for a deck in Hidden Base that has a reputation of being somewhat non-interactive,
Yeah, definitely.
that definitely was was a lot more interactive than I expected.
Yes. Okay, so it looks like our players are going to take a 5-minute break, which means we'll take a 5-minute break. And as soon as they come back, we'll be set for game 2. Again, congratulations on Chris for making it out of the pod stage. Again, now all Justin can do is if he wins, he's still in play for a potential top or highest 2 to get into the bracket. But we'll see what happens. Stay tuned for game 2, and Garrett and I will be back.
All right.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. Garrett and I have returned for our second match, or our second game. Yoda Communing versus Set Your Course for Alderaan. How do you feel about this? So, looks like Chris is
Curious
going...
to see how Yoda Communing plays after the tweaks.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, so basically everything's immune to less than 6.
Less than 4, I think.
Well, but then Yoda's Hut subtracts 2, so...
Yeah. But you can only do that once per turn.
If you're in a position where your opponents hit you for more than 6 attrition in 2 battles in a turn,
yeah, you're in trouble.
You already lost that game.
Yeah. So both players are going... So Justin is going with your normal Set Your Course for Alderaan start. A Million Voices Crying Out, Effective Demonstration, and Quad Drive Yard. Chris going with Jedi Business, Walkling, and Squadron Assignments. For those in the chat, Sarah Chan is saying Coruscant, because Chris is part of the Coruscant Regional. Again, he wasn't the champion. He had to go through a play-in game. But he still made it out. And he, like I said earlier, he is the first person to get into the round of 8, the knockout round, if you would.
So now if Chris has 2 sense recoils in here just to kill Justin's CPI.
That would be devastating.
Twice.
I would just flip a table. I would pull a Matt Wadden and flip a table.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, do we have enough money in the Killer Bees Fund to buy Justin a new laptop after he throws his out a window?
No.
If that happens, like...
No, but I mean, Chris is an advocate.
Chris is, I like Chris. They're supposed to be...
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And I agree with Justin that they should look like that. And I also, like, I'm not a big fan of, like, the Death Star's upside down. That's just me.
Yeah.
My OCD is just like, that's not supposed to be like that. Okay, Justin's got out 2 of his Twixes. He got the Death Star War Room, as well as the Blockade Flagship Bridge. There's Jada.
Nope.
So that's going to add 1 to the Destiny to blow up Alderaan.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty straightforward start. I right now, what I want to see is what Chris is doing with this Yoda.
Yeah, I agree.
Deck, like, after the Fleek set, I want to know.
You want to know?
Oh, he's running this. Is he still running Jedi and?
Well, I mean, he's starting the Jedi presence.
So he probably still is, but he's also starting Squassin.
True.
So he's running some sort of space. Like, is it heavier matching ships and, you know, maybe just trying to defend one site with a couple Jedi? There's Master Yoda for Camino. I assume then it'll be use 1 to get a Camino site.
Chris won that last game by 4, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to report to Bill so that way he knows.
Yeah, I believe it was 4.
Okay, so there's the Camino system and site. Mace Windu coming down.
Windu
Chris,
to the docking bay.
Yeah.
Start trying limiting the...
Putting some pressure on him.
Yep.
I don't like sand. That should... If Justin is running the Maul, that would shut that down. I
don't think Maul's really that effective in here anymore, is he?
He can be. You still... so the most recent change to Maul is you can still add or subtract 1 once per turn, but it has to be... It's 1 or... So it's add or subtract. And then anywhere wherever you have a non-unique blaster, your Destiny can't be canceled. So there's still a little bit.
You still get the plus or minus 1. You just can't do both anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, the biggest thing here is Mace Windu is only immune to attrition less than 4. So if
Yeah.
Justin can come down with, say, like, I don't know, General of Years on a Walker, bye-bye, Mace.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
that's
I mean, immune to attrition less than 6. But, I mean, the
Yeah,
Destiny isn't
he's-
terrible in this Set Your Course for Alderaan, so...
yeah. I mean, the Set Your Course runs a lot of 1s and a lot of 5s and 6s.
Yes.
Like all your ships and most of your dudes are 1s,
Yeah,
and
but-
then everything else is Big Destiny, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's mostly your interrupts.
Yeah, your
Ooh, here we go.
nouns are all 1s.
Justin
Looking
going to
forward.
use his Force Push to get a card out.
Yeah, I'm curious what he went and got.
I'm going to say Veers or Walker, one of the two.
And just try and
Yeah.
right away
Why not?
take out Mace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm.
Gets a 0 out of his deck. I mean, he shouldn't have any 0s left in his deck at this point.
Yep.
Called
There's
it.
Blizzard 8.
Blizzard 8.
Yep.
Veers for 3, 1 to initiate, saves you 1 force.
Yep.
And then that way you can move the Death Star orbiting Alderaan. Because you don't want Chris to come down with anything else at this point.
Yeah. No, you want Chris limited to dropping 1 guy a turn.
Yeah.
You know. And I
Okay.
assume. Like, I feel like Chris might take 3PO off Sand just to get 3PO.
Yeah, I
Like,
can
you,
see
you
that.
kind of hate giving up a Sand pull where it's not going to do anything
Yeah,
because he's
I
still
agree.
going to get the 2. But like getting 3PO is kind of important.
Mm-hmm. Nope, he doesn't do it. Okay, Justin draws a 5. Bye-bye Mace. As long as he doesn't draw a 0 here.
Well, if he draws a 0, well, the 1, yeah,
It's a
so
1.
it's 6,
Yeah.
which is fine. That's he's sitting on the.
Ooh!
They're tracking us.
They're tracking us. Nice job. So Mace is going to be
Alright.
immune.
that was big.
That was real big.
Although he's going to lose some force.
But you're fine with that.
You're fine to an extent.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
like,
Yoda, you still have Walkling. Yoda still once per game retrieves you a force.
Yeah.
So you're fine. And one of the cards should be the Sorry About the Mess. Maybe.
probably.
Okay,
Yep.
yep, he loses. Sorry. There goes a projection of the Skywalker. That's a good one to lose.
Action's a very good one.
They're tracking us.
He
And
loses the tracking
Anakin's
us.
lightsaber. That one could be a little bad. But, I mean, with Mace on having his lightsaber, you're sitting okay.
Yeah, I mean it's.
Okay.
And there's the coward just to slow it down a little bit. I mean, Chris has only got 4 cards in hand. I don't know
Yeah.
how much he could have to. I assume he must have some character in hand because he also could have grabbed Kit Fisto
Yes.
just to back up Mace.
Yeah. Now
Next
the
turn.
Death Star is orbiting Alderaan, so on Justin's next turn, he should be able to blow up Alderaan. He's getting 5 with the starting effect. He's getting +1 because of Jada, but he is going to lose 1 from having Master or Mace on the Death Star.
Yeah, but he's still
He has a high chance.
the Destiny are high enough. I think he's gonna get it. All right, so there's the generator.
Yep.
Now,
Both characters don't have a lot of cards in their hand. I mean, Justin has 5, Chris Lee has 4, so we'll see what's going to happen here.
yeah, there's
Okay.
HCF
I like that.
Camino just to put pressure on him right away.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Justin's getting 17 force next turn. That's still enough to do
And
a
he
Star
moves
Destroyer
Mace.
retrieve if you want to retrieve. But we'll see.
I
But
don't.
He
I
had
guess
to
I
move
like
Mace.
moving Mace there just because he's got to.
Yeah.
You got to get him out of there, but you're giving it. I mean, he's not going to drain there.
He can't. Well, yeah. No, he can
Howard.
drain. He can drain. He blows up Alderaan, then he can drain.
Coward. It's not a battleground.
It will be as soon as you blow up Alderaan.
The war room?
Yeah. No, oh. Yeah. Oh, you're saying okay. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were saying Justin can't drain there.
Oh, yeah.
Justin can't drain there right now until he blows up Alderaan, but then he'll be able to.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about Justin's drain.
Yeah.
It's Chris's. I think Chris had just moved Mace away because he didn't have backup for him, and he'll wait to move him back. But it's going to be tough for him to take down Veers there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's when you want. That's when you almost need like a Chewie bowcaster or like Leia with her gun
Leia's
and a
gun.
sorry about the mess combo.
Yeah.
Okay, draws Destiny. That's not going to do it.
That's a miss.
That's not going to do it.
That'll.
I told you. Mace on the Death Star came into play. That just saved Chris 3 force.
No, he has to get greater than 8. He would have missed either way.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
The one was a miss either way. Yeah, because it's got to be greater than 8.
3. 1, 2, 3, 5. No. Because you're getting 8 right now.
No, he would have added one more with Mace,
So,
and it would have still been a miss.
total sites. So, yeah. Total Death Star sites. So that's 2.
Where
plus the
opponent
5.
has no presence.
Yeah, so it's 5 right there. Or no, it's 5 plus 2 is 7. And then you have the plus 1 from Jada.
While you control your super laser weapon, Destiny draws are +1. You don't get the Jada until you control it.
Okay. My bad. Moving on. So, yeah, Justin's not
so
able
Justin's
to...
just drawing a bunch here, which makes sense. I think he's got to find his...
It's going to be
Parts,
it's
too.
going to be interesting now because if he misses next, he can't pull it.
Well, now, so he's activating 17, and he just put Death Squadron down there. So he could theoretically activate those 17, which leaves Death Squadron.
4th card.
Well, yeah, but one of the cards is the CPI, but the other card underneath it is
The 1.
Asajj.
Yeah.
So I don't think he wants to do that.
No, unless he's got the Sith Fury, because it would cancel and redraw,
Yeah,
but you won't get the Asajj to your hand.
I think he'd be okay with that.
Yeah. Okay, drains for 2 at Camino. Justin's going to lose 2 cards here. And I think Justin doesn't care. Like, at this point, he just wants to blow up so he can start doing his retrieval and everything. And you got to think Chris...
He's going to get back 3 when he blows up anyways.
Yeah. And you also got to think... Well, no, Darkseid doesn't retrieve. He'll retrieve when he gets to throw his Star Destroyer.
Oh, yeah, when he starts throwing down Star Destroyers.
Yeah.
Wow, he'll start getting...
Okay. Oh, no Luke.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
That's
Yeah.
probably not what...
That's why you want the
Chris wanted to have
3PO,
happen.
because you can start recycling those 7s.
Yeah. Like I said, grabbing 3PO would have felt bad,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure there's that many spots where you really need sand.
Cheeky,
Okay, so he had one in hand.
Yeah, the cheeky, fun chriskelly had it in hand.
Well, he might have been looking for retrieval Luke.
True.
Like, the versions we played of this had one of each at least.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in this matchup, I actually think retrieval Luke would be better.
Yes, I agree.
You know, if you can get your 3 battlegrounds, so you set up... you get your 3 battlegrounds, so you set up your...
That was a misclick. So
Yeah, that had to be a
Justin
misclick.
goes to pull out CPI or commence primary ignition. I'm assuming he's
Yep.
going to go. Yep, there it is. Justin's saying that it's a misclick. Now, Chris should allow that.
Yeah, you would think.
You would think. I mean, Chris is a nice guy.
Yeah, I can't see Chris saying no. Yep, there, he allowed it.
Yeah. I would say I would be blown away if Chris said no.
Yeah. That's the kind of thing that you would have done or seen done 20 years ago, back when Decipher had the license and the way the game was played back then.
Cutthroat.
Yeah, where they were definitely, and you know, I mean, I played a lot back then, and there were definitely players both ways that, you know, hey, you made a mistake, I'm going to take advantage of it, I'm not going to let you fix it, and that was what it was. But it's no one for the command.
Well, I mean, you have Body, you have Thrawn, and that's it.
Yeah. I think Justin might have been hoping just to stack that 4 in there so he knew.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, he's activating 17.
Yeah.
So he could actually just activate right down to the 4.
Well, and that was, I think, what he was hoping is he had one of those admirals in there. So then there would have been 17 cards, and he just literally activates to the 4, blows it up.
Yeah.
And
I mean, he could have it, but I'm
says, let's go.
The fact that there is a command Chris grabbed it. So that's a moot point.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, right now, Chris has still got to do something to get himself in a better position. You know, like, I don't think Justin's got any way to look at what is. Oh, there it is, Hut Bounty.
Yeah.
Let's see, he's got to look and make sure he can hit it with this one. Or
I mean, that's why he's got 2. So you got to think he's got something to cancel and redraw, possibly.
Yeah. Because, yeah, he could have activated all of it. So, yeah, he's probably got sitting on a Sith Fury. And he's got to draw a 3 here. He did not.
Oh.
So he dropped Vengeance to get the +1.
I mean, I understand making to make sure that you get the +1. But the other thing...
He might have needed it.
Yeah, he might have needed it. I mean, I understand that. But at the same time, that loses you 3 retrieval right there.
Yeah.
That hurts. That really hurts.
I don't love him having to do that, but I wonder if, he was sitting on, like, the other card might have been a Star Destroyer or something. He couldn't.
Yeah. And here's the thing, though. Justin has to control that location, like you were saying. If Chris moves over in front of it, that he loses that 1.
Yeah,
I mean...
I don't know if Chris wants to... Justin's got a handful of cards.
Yeah.
And the ability to drop a kind of frightening amount of power
This
on
I
Justin.
don't like. So Krennic coming down to the war room.
I don't understand.
I don't understand this. Unless he's tracking, like, I mean, he would have to track something really big here.
I mean, he'd have to track a 6. Okay, I don't.
Oh,
he just wanted to use some
Krennic
force.
Krennic deploys
free. Okay.
Now that could have been very bad if Chris had a rebel barrier. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
risky. That was very risky.
That was a gutsy play. I liked seeing Vengeance just sitting alone.
Yeah.
Because there's no need, like...
I doubt that Chris is playing another starship right now.
Yeah.
Chris recycling cards.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
3PO is on the sand card. I mean, he's been there since Chris deployed it.
Yeah, I feel like Chris is probably not playing 2 3POs. Like,
I mean, I've seen crazier things.
I love me some 3POs, but
yeah,
I'd play another grabber ahead of another droid.
Yeah.
Like,
Currently have 10 people watching this game. They're watching on GIMP, but they're not watching in the chat. Why aren't they watching on Twitch? It's more fun.
they're missing.
They're missing us.
They really are, and I mean that's a big miss because we are
Right?
very, very interested.
Well, I'd say half of us. You more so.
Oh, I was gonna say, fine, I'm not interesting. Whatever, jerk.
Okay, so Chris
So,
goes and gets
Unitada.
I like this.
Yep. So you can get back Anakin Saber.
Yeah. That way he can probably come down with like Anakin or Rey going down to the 2-2 site. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, he does have to be careful because there are EPPs and other characters in this Sikva. So it's just not all big Star Destroyers. There are other characters. We saw Kylo Ren's in the Lost Pile. I mean, we saw Asajj Ventress. I don't know if Mara Jade's in this one.
Legendary.
Ooh.
I
I like that too. That's a card we haven't seen in a long time.
Spicy.
I love it. Kudos
Well,
to Chris.
One of my favorite plays with that forever was just dump it on the Falcon, win a battle, and
Clear
forfeit
everybody
the
off.
pilots.
Yeah.
So they're just like, fine,
Yep. Bye
you're
bye.
eating it from this thing you can't touch.
Yep. I love doing it. Yeah. I would love doing that in like my in Watch Your Step back in the day. Like R2 and Red 5. What are you gonna do about it?
All right,
Like,
well, Mara is in the deck because he just lost
yeah. And he loses the
Mara from
binder.
hand.
You know what? I mean, that right there is like, I would say right now, that is a card that is definitely prime for our token for this match. For this game.
The legendary.
Yeah, easily. Just because
I'd be
it
game.
gives me so much warm feelings inside.
Oh, that's a card that you always want to see get in play.
Yeah.
But it is one of those cards that's like,
It's like
when it really hits good, you just feel kind of dirty. Because
Yes.
when you do your best with it, you're like, oh, well, fine, I'll leave that ship. And it's a drain of 2 that I don't have to occupy and I don't have to do anything with.
Yep.
And
that's one of those things. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we've established that I like
it's immune to
weird
control.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
you know.
Qui-Gon Jinn's lightsaber coming down onto Qui-Gon Jinn's Serene Jedi. That's fitting. Okay. It is the Destiny 5 one, so it won't add to the Force drain. But if it hits a Dark Jedi, you do cause a ping damage.
Yeah, the flush to the Force drain. Resistance.
The Force drain. I mean, okay, it is a Destiny 5.
Resistance is so ubiquitous at this point that, like, I assume Force drain bonuses from sabers are rarely going to hit if they're at a 2/2.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, so
I mean, Chris is setting himself up.
Put
Still
down
nice.
Unitai yet, though.
Huh?
He hasn't put down Unitai yet to get back the Anakin Saber, though. That's what
Yeah, that's a little interesting. Well, maybe he just wants to get the card out of his deck in advance.
Yeah.
I don't know if he necessarily wants the Anakin Saber.
Okay.
That's interesting. Oh, you put Anakin on
Daughter.
daughter, but you can't put Anakin's lightsaber V onto daughter.
Yeah.
But you can't put a Jedi lightsaber on her.
Lightsaber on her. I mean, he's gonna get around. He's now
He's gotten around the
coward.
Yeah.
And this is gonna start.
It's gonna add up.
Like,
yep. I like that Chris is thinking outside the box with this Yoda Communing. I really do.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure he's
moves
not
over.
thinking that far outside the box. Like, there's nothing in here that's super like you don't normally see. He's just picking the right play line.
When was the last time you saw Daughter of Skywalker in Yoda Communing? Normally, you would see like a General Leia, because you get all the you get the Rebel leaderships. But Daughter is really good.
Daughter's really good at canceling guys' text. Like, Daughter's basically a power -2 and cancels text of some pretty big cards.
Okay, so Justin's going to play Dark Time for the Rebellion V. Chris grabs it with the Strike Force. That's not a bad grab. I mean, he's already grabbed the Imperial Command
ability as well, so it, you know, she hits droid. She shuts down droids.
Yeah, like probe
instantly.
That is not a place you want to go with a Probot.
Probot, P-59,
Yeah.
dropping her on top of those guys is...
Okay, Justin's attempting to blow up. Now, again, if he misses, the purple card goes back into his deck, and he has no way of getting it back out.
He misses, he cries. I feel like
Yeah.
he knew he was not going to miss there.
Yeah. So he does draw a 4, and with the +5, that is going to blow up Alderaan. So now Chris is going to have to lose some cards. He loses an X-Wing Cannon Odin Nestler combo and R2 in red 5. The objective flips.
Yeah, because he did not activate. He knew what that card was.
Yeah. So
And
now he
set
can
that
start
up.
draining at the docking bay. So Chris is going to have to lose another force. And then I think we're going to see a bunch of just Star Destroyers start swarming out from Justin's hand. Chris loses their tracking SV off the top of his deck. Yeah, I agree. This is a deck where you want to have Luke Skywalker V. And, I mean, and we just got a nice new shiny version of him.
Yeah,
like,
and that's, that one's pretty, but...
That is pretty. I mean, but there is something to Farm Boy Luke.
Yeah. I'm just not sure where... Justin's going to have to come up with something, because the Retrieving 3 is cute, but he's going to be taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5...
A lot.
6 in drains here.
I mean, if he can get rid of the Han Chewing the Falcon and if he can clear Chris out of space...
Yeah.
That's a little bit different. I mean, and this is one way to start it. So he retrieves 3.
Yep. CPI, he gets back the Binder and Mara.
Yep. There is a Rebel barrier, and that means that Justin's not going to be able to come down with anything else this turn. Well, I mean, you could come down with like an Admiral or a character on the Vengeance, but what are you really doing? Like, with the fact that Chris has the sand effect, so, I mean, you're probably... The highest destiny in this deck, I want to say, is a 5. I don't think there's any 6s in the deck.
Did he take out the... I know... I've seen
Never mind, there's a 6. I spoke in that image.
I've seen at least 1 or 2 Imperial Artilleries, depending on what version he's playing.
Yeah.
So, like, he might have some...
True.
Some stuff up there.
I don't know if you... Well, okay. I mean, this kind of does make sense with the sand card for Justin, because you cannot rely on Imperial Command at this point, being that there is one in the lost pile, one on Chris's grabber. And but at the same time, what is Chris going to draw 2 Destiny with?
Yeah, that's was kind of what I was thinking. Is I don't see him playing... I mean, I don't think he's playing Don't Get Cocky.
Yeah.
Like
that's the one thing in my head. Like, okay, because you can't play Life Debt.
Yeah.
Don't Get Cocky is 1. And even if he does, I mean, Chris probably has an All Wings combo. If he doesn't...
Oh!
He's playing this version! Oh, God, yes!
That just got spicy.
It did! That's why you played the Tyrant! 2 force on a Star Destroyer. At the end of a battle in the same sector, you may target an opponent's starship present except a Mon Calamari Star Cruiser using 2 force. Draw Destiny is captured if it's greater than defense value. I mean, the Han Chewing the Falcon is defense value 6, and the red 5 is also defense value 6.
Oh.
Oh, he plays in range, so
yep.
Adds 2, it's a 6.
He failed because they're both defense value 6.
Yeah. That's... Oof.
That was...
I love it. Don't get me wrong. I like the idea. I like the idea. Yeah. But now the problem is Justin's facing down a power 13 power right now before Power Destiny and Attrition. And the thing is, he's going to get another
Luke's
Power Destiny or Attrition.
Power Destiny.
I'd go with Attrition. Make sure you get rid of the ship.
Nah, go to Power.
You think?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I think you want to...
Okay.
So the Attrition odds are he's only immune to less than 4. Like, you're probably getting him with Attrition anyways.
Yeah.
And even if you don't, the power destiny is more likely to put him in the I need to peel.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like the power is definitely the better play there.
Now, I will say, if
Uh,
you're Chris, you want to get as far away from that tyrant as you can.
well, the Tyrant doesn't have a tractor beam.
No, but if Justin's playing another one,
Yeah, I mean it's
so he does draw 12 for total power.
and
He drew 7. That's really big.
Justin did not go grab the Gick,
No,
which might actually have been a good play here.
you think? Okay, he draws a 4.
I mean, 29 to 13, so he's down 16.
Yeah. Oof.
That's vengeance
Chris
and
Kelly.
8.
Chris is going for the sweep.
Chris is oh, Furry
I
Fury.
like it.
All right.
And he hits a
Ooh.
6.
That was big.
So the vengeance is immune less to nutrition, but he's down by 10.
Yeah, I mean,
Or no,
I
no,
think
he's down.
still...
He's down by 6.
Oh, yeah. I think you still have to lose vengeance. Well,
No, now you're at the point you don't know. You don't, because
Yeah.
as soon as he deploys another, if he deploys 2 more Star Destroyers, all that damage
he's getting that
comes
back.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good turn by Justin. Like, even though you
That
didn't
was-
capture, that was a good turn.
Yeah. Honestly, the capture might have been.
It would have been a
If he'd
blowout.
hit the capture, that would have been crazy.
But the thing is, you would have had to capture Luke.
Well, that's who he went for, was Luke.
Okay.
Yeah, no, if he'd hit that capture on Luke, that might have been the blowout the other way.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, it would have been Han Chewie and the Falcon at 0, or
Yeah.
close to it. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Chris
well, I guess because you'd have drawn the 12, because you'd have drawn the 5 and the 7, and then he would have subtracted 10 from it.
Yep. But now you were saying, like we were saying earlier, Chris is about to be hit by a lot of damage.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage.
Yeah. So maybe you didn't want to peel there, or maybe I like the term bookering it,
Yeah,
named after legendary player James Booker. But yeah, peeling there might not have been the best scenario, just because you're about to take 5.
it was actually
You're taking 3 at the war room. You're taking 2 at the Naboo site, and then you're taking 1 at the.
you're only taking 1 at the Naboo site.
That's what I said. You're taking 1.
3, 1, and 1.
Yeah, 3, 1, 1.
Yeah, I just want to peel back up. I don't remember what the play requirement is for legendary. If he could have.
You have to win the battle.
Yeah. No, he won the battle. It was opponent has to lose a starship, which might have been the other
that's
reason
right.
why.
So
Justin
that's why
peeled.
Justin didn't peel. Okay, that makes sense.
I'll give Justin credit for remembering that.
If he,
because
I want to know if he remembered
probably
that.
would have forgotten.
That's definitely something that we need to ask him.
Yeah, I probably would have forgotten that.
Same. Okay,
That's-
Justin went ahead and lost a We Must Accelerate Our Plans for alum with concussion rifle V and an in range. Losing another in range. That's not good. There
Losing
goes
the
a
6
laser.
off top.
Yep, he loses the laser cannon battery. Oh, he's pulling the stuff that we saw from last turn. So he played the in range, and then there's the destiny from the tractor beam.
Yep, because he's only got 3 cards in hand.
And then the next one should be what he drew for destiny, and I believe it was the Emperor. Or no. No, he loses Thrawn.
Thrawn from hand.
So the next one, he didn't have the Emperor for destiny. So I think it was a 4? Or no, it was a 5. It was 5. It was a We Must Accelerate Plans.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Which he might be sitting on that, because if he's got another in range, that 5 will hit.
Yep. So I think if you're Chris, you get out. Okay. No, never mind.
He's getting there, tracking us to subtract 1.
Chris is big brain in it. I like it.
Chris is playing smart.
He is.
Chris is going to watch this and be horribly offended at us. Like, Chris is playing smart.
Hey, the last time I played, I'm going to say this. The last time I played Chris Kelly was at the Coruscant Regional, and I beat him. So
I I don't think I played him at Worlds. I played him
Yeah.
in Nebraska a couple of years ago, and one of the early on in my returning to the game, and he beat me in a weird QMC versus Shadow Collective that at the end my QMC had taken over all of his sites and his Shadow Collective had taken over all of Cloud City.
I like that. That's cool.
And,
I like
and
stories
he
like
ended
that.
up winning by 2 or 3 fours. It ended up being a super close game, and
Yeah.
it was very fun. But yeah, Chris is making the right plays here.
Yes. I mean, when Chris is on his game, like it seems like he is right now, he's a scary player. Like, he made top 4 worlds a couple of years ago. He has won an NPC, so he's no slouch. Like,
Yeah.
like, him getting in through the playing game might have been, like, he's a wild card. Like, it might have been like he's the 6th seed or the 7th seed in, like, say, a playoff in the NFL playoffs. And he might go make a run like a certain team from Pittsburgh in 05.
Yeah, no, he's definitely got the potential to be to go as far as he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
Like Chris is a good player, and if he plays good decks and plays up to his ability, he's gonna make a run here and be good.
I had to. Now, I will say this, though. Right now, Chris is currently, of the players who have played more than 3 games, he's the only undefeated. Yeah, you don't tweak against chriskelly because Timo has learned the hard way. Okay, Cassie and Andor coming down. I like this.
Yeah, they just cancel a Battle Destiny.
Yeah. Yeah. What was it? The NPC or was it Worlds or when was it, Jared? That Timo was like, "I'm choosing chriskelly because I'm going to beat him," and Chris just massacred him. Okay, he's moving away. I like this now. He's canceling the game text on now. He doesn't have to battle here.
Yeah, there's no need to start that battle. Like right now, you're in a really good position. Like, okay, Justin's going to retrieve 2, or Justin's going to cause 2 damage and then retrieve 3.
Yeah. Now, the only thing is, no, Justin's draining for +2, so Chris might want to pull resistance here. So that's the other thing is Chris wants to make sure that he has resistance in play because Justin is getting +2 to his drains at where an Imperial Star Destroyer is, +1 where a Victory Star Destroyer is, and the only victory he's running is the Binder. Being on a team with Brad Reinhold,
he'll drain for 3.
Yeah. So I was going to say, being on a team with Brad Reinhold, you know how to play Sigfa.
You know what to see with Sigfa. But yeah, I assume Chris knows. Yep, I need to. Now he'll pop resistance in a second here.
Now I will say this though, in the chat, I know that we were Timo, the Star Wars PC site account is saying that Timo cut out Chris in anticipation of the 2021 NPC. My question is that Adam Fletcher or Jared Napolitano? The only reason I'm asking is Adam's on his game when it comes to facts like this. So I don't know if it's Adam or Jared. I know Jared was on earlier.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think Jared would remember that too, and there's Ultimatum.
Yeah. I mean, Jared has a good reason to remember it. He made the finals. I mean, and unfortunately, he just ran into... I mean, it was just Joe Olsen's year. Like, 2021 was the year of Joe Olsen. Okay, and I like this. So Justin activates 2, but then he uses Orson Krennic to take 2, look at the 2 cards in his force pile and take 1. It seems like he's tracking something.
Yeah, I'm thinking he knew what he was looking for there. So
yeah,
now mercenary probably go grab Chewie.
Yep. Oh no, well, no, Chewie's on the Falcon.
Yeah, but you see a decent amount. You still see Chewie Protector.
Yeah.
Floating around occasionally. So
yeah,
it wouldn't have shocked me to see a Chewie in the deck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Chewie is in the deck.
Wow.
he's on the Falcon.
It wouldn't have shocked me to see the Chewie Protector, which is what the Quite a Mercenary pulls.
Yes. Yes.
in the deck. Like, it's another one of those cards that's just so good
Yeah.
in the spots where it's good.
Worse is
That
playing
you
the
kind of
slippery
want to
eel
bet.
right now. Who did I call the slippery eel? Oh, Jared. Yeah, Jared Konsker. If they're still playing, we'll go ahead and get that game too, because I have a vesting interest in that game. Actually, why am I being bad at this? I actually have 2 monitors.
Chris is our teammate. I don't have 2 monitors, so I'll let you
I just want to
figure
check
out
it
starting out that one. And all right, well, you check it out, and I'll kind of say what we've got going on here. So Justin drains at the docking bay, and Chris loses a mace from hand, which I don't think mace is dying at this point.
No.
So drops Intimidator combo at the Death Star.
Wow.
And retrieves his 3.
This is a matchup that is interesting.
The Werfs.
Werfs is playing Watch Your Step, no surprise. JJD is playing Watto.
Okay.
There you go, Jared. Jared's switching over back to his account. Yeah, I have that issue too. I will hop on my account if I want to stream from my account, but having 2 accounts like this on one computer is kind of obnoxious.
So Justin dropped No Escape to get back Forlom V.
Yeah.
And puts the Tractor Beam on the Tyrant.
Smart. Because you get a +1 there. The Tyrant will be able to draw Destiny, even though it only has 1 ability on it.
Yeah, it's because of Quad, it draws if unable to otherwise, so he'll get 1. But I honestly, unless Chris puts something with R2, I don't think Justin wants it to get to that phase of battle.
No.
I think Justin would really like to, he saved 2, so it might be a catch it.
Yeah.
But I could see him. He just Krennic'd it away. That might have been he was doing it to get the an in range. So that's really what he wants right now.
Oof. JJD currently drawing 4 Destiny against a Mirix and Pulsar Skate. Things are not looking good for Mr. Chris Werfs.
So, well, over here, Mr. Chris Kelly just drained for 3 at the War Room. And it looks like Justin is shield busted, so he can't drop resistance, which is gonna hurt. And I think his Tarkin's Orders is sitting on his sand.
Yeah.
That he could have used to cancel that drain.
And Chris is draining
for 1 at Nalhutta.
He's draining for 6 this turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This'll.
There goes CPI.
This'll hurt.
This is hurt, yeah.
CPI, he's fine with losing. That's a 0 he didn't want to draw.
No.
Ever again. There went in range, though, which I'm sure he would have.
But, the thing is, Justin only has 2 cards left in his hand.
I feel like you gotta figure one of them's in range, so you're not gonna.
Yeah. And the thing is.
And he's using Unita to probably put the other in range out of play. Yep.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. So even if you're not worried about him using it, you don't want him getting a 6-pack.
Yeah, you just want to move Luke over in front of the Vengeance. Ooh. Okay.
Ooh, spicy.
I don't know how I feel about this. Unless you're tracking around a certain Destiny, you need a 5 or higher.
You need a
4.
You need a 4, yeah.
Yeah. So you would need a 4 here.
Yeah.
Okay,
just kills both pilots.
Yeah, you're gonna kill Krennic. Krennic is you kill both pilots.
Yeah, as long as you get to a 4, you kill both pilots, but the Walker stays alive, and
that's fine.
Are you just hoping Justin doesn't have anything else to come? You kill both pilots and then move Mace over there, and
that's all.
Yeah, that's probably.
And then you take Luke and fly him away. Yeah, this is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you fly away Luke. Luke doesn't.
Yeah, you have to fly away Luke, and then you keep resistance or ultimatum intact. So yes, Justin's going to be able to drain.
The possible issue is if Justin draws higher than
Ooh,
an
okay, so he
8.
takes a
Oh,
card off
there.
of the sand. So, I mean, that takes away
So
Anakin. So
now
now
he's
you
got to
have...
draw 5.
Exactly.
You know, if he
Okay.
draws high enough to
He
force,
takes Kit Fisto off.
yeah, at this point, I don't think he needs 3PO.
No.
He just
3PO,
wants the body.
yeah, 3PO is just a card to lose.
Yep. Oh,
Draws a
so there's the 8.
7! So that's
Almost
going
like
to clear
Chris was
both the
tracking that or
pilots.
something.
Yeah, he had to be. Somebody poked the bear when it comes to Chris Kelly.
Of course, there's a 6.
You lose Ray.
Well, hold on, because he's got a second Destiny coming here.
You
And a
lose both
4,
characters.
So that's 10. He's going to subtract 2 to drop it to 8.
He can't subtract.
Yoda. Subtract 2 from the attrition.
Oh,
He's going to
Anakin.
lose Anakin,
Yeah.
which is fine. He loses Anakin. And then, yeah, moves Ray over, moves Mace
Moves
over.
Mace over. I mean, you lose the
back
drain
up
of
Ray.
3, but you're fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, you lose the drain of 3, but you're going to...
You might actually just be able to swap Mace with Ray. If you want to keep the drain of 2 going.
I think I'd keep them both there just to
Yeah.
scare Blizzard 8. Like,
Yeah.
um,
I want to say, can you? Yeah,
you can shuttle Blizzard
it
8
up.
up.
Yeah, but then
Yep.
you have to pay to start draining. That's the bigger
Yeah,
issue.
no, that's...
I mean, Justin's going to be able to at least get 1 free round of drains in.
Yeah. It's...
And
But how much is he really going to drain? Like, oh, okay, so he moves Luke away.
Yeah, he's draining for 6. He's going to.
I'm a little surprised he didn't move Luke in front of the Vengeance.
Yeah. I mean, we just saw that Justin drew a 6 for Destiny. That was the second in range. He's already got 1 tractor beam. I'm assuming he's got 2. But if you have the... Oh, he's going to leave Ray there by himself. Or by herself.
Justin's only got 3 cards in hand. My guess is he's counting on him not having enough to overflow Ray, which is what he's worried about.
Yeah.
Like, he's not...
Okay, so Justin does save 1. So we're probably going to see a fight against Ray.
Yeah, I'd assume so.
Okay.
So he loses Luke. And he loses the legendary.
Oh, that makes me sad.
See, and that's where I would have, like, I could have seen moving in front of the Vengeance and then, force him to have another tractor beam, because if you get him to lose the Vengeance and you lose Luke, then you slap legendary on R2 and start the ping parade.
Yeah. Okay, he loses another Haunch in the Falcon.
Another HCF. Yeah.
And a Qui-Gon. Okay, drain at the Death Star. Notice he's losing most of the stuff from hand.
Yeah, well, because he doesn't need any of those cards, though. Like, at this point, he lost a Mace earlier. Mace isn't dying. There's Corrin. Corrin doesn't do him any good here. I mean, I guess you could throw Corrin at the flagship bridge, but, like...
It's only drain of 1.
Yeah, it's a drain. I mean, you could throw him and Kit and make it a drain of 2, but, like,
That's right, he still has Kit Fisto in his hand, so even if he loses Ray, he can just come down with Kit Fisto.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So... And, like, does Justin is the 3 cards in Justin hand, like, does he have a Star Destroyer and a pilot for Blizzard?
I mean, the
to
Blizzard...
go after Ray, and he loses a Clash, which is okay.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of is he might... Like, the pilot doesn't matter. Okay.
There's Judicator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Blizzard 8 draws if unable to otherwise, so he might not even care about a pilot.
Yeah. I mean, Justin does just retrieve. He retrieves Veers, Krennic, and CPI. I mean, retrieving CPI is not good. I mean, you get a 0 back in your deck. But at this point, Justin does need the retrieval.
He also can't get the Tyrant to...
No.
Now how to...
Yeah. Okay, Justin takes another card off. So he's done with... He takes the Tarkin's orders off. That's good.
Yeah, I mean that'll cancel the mace drain.
Yeah, and if he can start looping that around, he could just start canceling that each turn, considering that Chris has 2 cards grabbed already.
Yeah. So he's going to draw the 6 against Ray, and
Yep. And that should definitely get rid of her.
yeah,
Yeah, Worfs is not. I will say this: Worfs is not in a good position right now, unfortunately.
the 4 Battle Destiny didn't get to
Oof,
him,
it did. He's
and
got
there's
12.
the
Yep,
6, which is
another
going to be a
7.
7.
8.
So it wipes the site, which is
No battle damage for anybody.
yeah, it just wipes the
Yeah.
site, which is
And
fine. But
it's fine for Chris because now the thing
yeah,
is Justin has nothing he has to pay to drain now.
yeah,
So he's going to have to pay to drain. He's going to have to pay to deploy a Star Destroyer, and then he's going to have to pay to retrieve.
yeah,
This it's not looking good, unfortunately.
yeah. Chris is in a pretty good spot here.
Yeah, I mean Chris is going to only drain for 4 this turn, or no, 1, 2, 3. Sorry,
Yeah,
but the thing is now Chris has to move Mace so he can satisfy ultimatum.
no, he's just going to throw down Kit. You're going to keep
Right.
Mace's drain a 3 pounding as long as you can. You throw Kit
Yeah.
Fisto down there.
Well, it's going to be canceled. So I mean, you still want to drain it just so
Yeah.
you can get it out of Justin's hand.
Yeah,
Yep, there's the Tarkin's orders.
yeah.
I mean, a sense would be good there.
And it's not like he can go fetch it
Yeah, he doesn't have
back
Forlom.
easily.
Yeah, he doesn't have
He doesn't
Forlom.
have Forlam out.
No
Well,
Krennic.
he had Forlam. Did he lose him? I know he
No,
he
it's.
took him
I
in the
think it's
hand.
still in his hand.
Okay, so you can get him down and start looping it, but like
Yeah, it's. I think it's a couple turns too late. He
Yeah,
loses Thrawn from his hand in range off the top of the deck, and he's going to lose Death Squadron assignment off the top of his deck. So Justin's sitting at 13 in Life Force. I mean, 13's not going to be a lot. Like he can drain, and that's only going to leave him 4 cards.
yeah. He can't drain everything and
Oh wow, Chris with the new Jedi Levitation to get a character back into his hand. So you just pay 4, get a character
Yeah.
back,
yeah,
and he is going to
back
get Rey.
and probably just throw her down at the docking bay and go grab another. Oh,
Yeah,
see if he wants the card to go to the bottom. All right, so
and I still think he's got the Yoda retrieval. I don't know if I've seen him do it. He still has the Walkling
well,
retrieval.
he still has the walkline retrieval
Yeah.
too. Chris is in a really good spot.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure.
Okay, there
what
goes the
Justin's-
I mean, what he could have done there is, I mean, I don't know if he wants to get the Clash back. He could have put that at the bottom with the communing objective. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he cares.
yeah, I don't think.
particularly.
Yeah,
I don't think Clash is
it's
that important to him.
yeah.
There's no world where I see Clash being an important play
Mm-hmm.
the way this board is lined out.
Yeah.
Like, if Justin comes down with a single EPP anywhere, do you even want to clash him?
True.
Like, you're gonna hit him.
Well, I mean, unless you go against Ray, that's the only spot I would go if you're Justin.
Well, but Ray can't clash because Ray doesn't have a saber.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So again, we're like, is there a spot where
Mm-mm.
that clash even comes into play?
Yeah.
I mean, there's still an Anakin saber floating around. He could put on Ray.
True. No, it's at the very. It's. I don't think he retrieved it, did he?
Oh no, did he? Yeah, he didn't get it back with the Utah.
Yeah.
He got something else.
Yeah.
He went and got
Uh,
Utah right away, and we thought he was getting back Anakin's, and he didn't.
Yeah.
Because
He got
he couldn't put it on daughter.
Yeah, he got the. They're tracking us.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Which I think was a better.
Yes. In
Better
the long
play.
term, it was a much better play.
You know, that was the important one. If Justin had another in range
Okay, so
to try
Justin
and make things spicy that turn.
Justin activates everything but 1. Like, it tells me that he's got something to come down here with. I
Yeah,
like
I
we
don't.
saw that Tyrannus is in his lost pile. He did just retrieve the Veers and the Krennic. I don't think it's going to be either of those. Uh, maybe it's just a card he wants to draw. Maybe it's the Tarkin's orders, and he can throw down Forlom and start just looping it.
Yeah, that feels like a. You're still going to lose this game long term that
Yeah.
way. Like he's still
I
got to
mean,
pay to drain.
yeah, but I mean the thing is also like Chris is right now. He's doing damage to Chris.
Yeah, I mean Chris doesn't have a ton of cards left. He can only
Yeah,
hang on for so long.
yeah,
But even if he loops Tarkin's orders, Chris is still getting 4 through.
yes.
So that costs Justin.
It's gonna bring
What's that? What,
Justin. So
13? That brings Justin down to probably
12.
9.
Justin has a 3, so he's got 16 right
Yeah,
now.
but he's one of those he's got to put down his Forlom. So
Yeah,
he's losing a force to get Forlom out.
so it'd be a 11.
So he'd be at 11. So it cuts him down to 3 drains. And I feel like at some point you move HCF and R2 in front of
Vengeance.
Vengeance and
Yeah,
say, all right, you have, 1 card in hand.
yeah.
If it's a tractor beam, you don't have in range, so
But let's see what
GG.
Justin's gonna do. He just got done with his force drains.
Yep.
Yep, there's the Forlom.
Yep. And here's the Forlom to grab a card.
Yeah. I mean, you could possibly put the. Well, no, you don't want to put either of those two. Well, no, you can actually put the Han Chewing the Falcon and the R2 in front of the Judicator and the Intimidator Persecutor. And the reason is because you have Cassian on there. So you could, I mean, even if Justin was going to throw down a laser cannon battery onto the Judicator, you just cancel it.
Yeah, I don't think it matters which one he moves in front of. I think he moves in front of one of the Star Destroyers.
So the only reason I'm suggesting that one is, I think you have to control the system to play Tarkin's orders. Is that correct?
Let's just wait till he plays it. We can see.
That's the lazy attitude.
Okay, so he loses the CPI off the top.
Yeah.
I wonder if Chris is not gonna drain with Mace just to stick him and he loses a Stalker from hand. Just to kind of force him into, all right, hold on to that card.
Okay, so yeah, you have to control the system.
Okay. Yeah, then I guess you can move him in front of the Death Star.
Yeah.
Because the super laser isn't shooting at either of them.
No. Okay, so let's see. He hasn't drained at the War Room yet.
He just did. I think he was maybe
is.
trying to bait out the Tarkin's orders.
Yep, there's the Tarkin's
either
order.
with the Camino or the.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to go for the War Room. There's no reason not to.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. What is Justin going to do? He's got no force saved. So, okay. Wedge is a pretty good card.
Wedge is cute, but I don't.
Yeah.
Does he do anything for you there? Like, what are we?
Yeah.
What does adding Wedge there get you? Or are you
nothing?
Well, I guess, but now you can move your other guys away.
I don't know if I like putting him in front of the Tyrant. I mean, the force rings are still all the same.
Yeah, I think you're right. The Death Star would have been the play, or is he just okay? So he's just moving one guy. I still think the Death Star was the move.
Yeah.
He didn't want to eat. That's a lot of power difference.
Well, no, if you send Luke and the Han chewing the Falcon over there,
Well, he's not sending them both just in case. He's not leaving Wedge
but
totally
Justin
alone.
has no
Although,
cards in his hand.
yeah, I don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you
And
move
now
Luke
he's moving
and
Mace over.
Han,
Chris is.
yeah, you move
All right.
Luke and Han over there. That way,
Yeah, because he's got nothing in his hand to defend
yeah,
against. It's not like he's dropping something on you.
exactly. So you don't worry about it. You make Justin have to do something. Like he can't even forlong.
Yeah.
You go, like I said, you go over there. You're getting 2 Destiny to power. The power is, I think it's what Wedge is a 6, so that's 8. So you got it's 16 right there to 20. You're only down by 4, and you're getting 2 Destiny to power.
Yeah.
Or you're getting a Destiny to power and a Destiny to attrition. You're essentially fine.
Yeah. I think Chris is just playing this very conservatively.
Yes, I agree.
And I think that might have been, I think he might be going
I think he's going a little too conservative.
too conservative there because, yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right. Moving them both in front of the Death Star and forcing Justin to have an answer
Yeah.
for the.
I mean, heck, you could no. I mean, you can't put Wedge in front of anywhere else. But the thing is, then you still occupy for resistance, so you're only taking 4.
Yeah.
Like, I've been playing a lot of Marvel Snap, and information is key in that game.
Yeah.
Okay, now he's flying. So back it up.
And the Judicator to Jeddah and probably flying. Yep.
Yeah.
Vengeance over there. And
Yeah, that's fine.
draws one, and then he's going to Forlom to get the Tarkin's order. Or he's going to Forlom now. I mean,
so 2, 5, 3, 4, 5. So Justin's going to lose 5. He's at 11. He's going to be down to 6. So you want to. So if I'm Chris, I'm flying the Falcon over in front of Jada, and Luke over in front. No, you're flying the Falcon over to the Death Star. Luke in front of Judicator. You're only losing 2.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, Chris
so
is.
This tells me that unless Justin just drew into, like, unless he got the Tarkin's order last turn, I mean, it might be like, let's see, he's down to
No, he just went.
9.
I think he went and got it. He
Yeah.
took the Forlom to go get it, and then he lost the Cardi Forlom to the drain.
Yeah, he's got 9 left. So, yeah, he's going to be down to...
He'll be down to.
Ooh, this is not good because now he can only drain for 1
So
spot.
he'll be down to 5. Yeah, but he was going to.
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, he
Chris was going to move so he could only drain in 1 spot, anyways.
Yeah. Hopefully. Yep, there's the Tarkin's order.
Yeah. Well, no, he'll still have 6
just don't,
total.
I don't like that Chris has 1 saved. Like, just tell me he wants to fight, but I don't think you do. I mean, you're not going to fight with Han and the Falcon.
I think he knows that's the 7, so he doesn't need to activate to it, and he just wants to. He's got 2 cards in hand.
That's okay. That makes sense.
So he wants to move. He wants that 7 still on top. If he gets battled next turn.
Yeah.
So there he moves HCF there, and then I think you move Luke in front of the Judicator. Yep.
There we go, Chris.
Justin does 2, and then...
Yeah, and then Chris is going to do a whole bunch.
Yeah. Like, oh, and
well, I mean, Chris is okay. Yeah, he can't play the Tarkin's order because you have to, like I said, you have to control the system.
Yep. And he's not going to be able to control the system.
Nope.
Because he'll Cassie in the drain, or he'll Cassie in the Battle Destiny.
Yep.
I'm not sure what Justin's out is here.
I don't think he has one.
I don't think he has one either. It's,
And that's rough for me to say.
yeah, I mean Justin played well getting in here and played well running up to Chris, but
Yeah.
Chris
Chris is a feast. He's on a
is
streak
good.
right now.
Yeah. But when Chris is on his game, he's playing good, and I think
Yeah.
he was.
I mean, Justin did get Chris under 6 in both games. That's really good.
Yeah. He he made both games very close,
Yeah.
but he's not gonna.
I mean, Chris is doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Yeah. Justin can't do anything.
I mean, he's doing 7 because
Well,
Justin
no, no, no.
can't
If he has,
cancel.
he can. Oh, yeah, he can't cancel. That's it.
He can't
Yeah.
cancel it, so he's doing 7.
Yeah.
So that's game.
Yeah. You're right.
And even if he could cancel it, he does 5. He's got 1 card left. Like,
Yeah.
what does he do with that 1 card? Start a battle and just go out in a blaze of glory?
Yes. Yeah. So Chris could play the legendary starfighter that is in the lost pile. What do you
Yeah.
think for token?
Well,
I mean,
we already said earlier it was going to be legendary.
yeah.
We said
It
that
didn't
right
come
at
in,
the
but
start.
it didn't come into play.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll make it legendary. Let's make a fun one.
yeah. I mean, it'd either be legendary or in range. I mean, in range at least got used.
Yeah, let's do in range. Like,
In range.
okay, so your token for today for this match or for this game is in range. Let's give an AI booster away.
What was the first draw
You're thinking
for
about
the Super Laser Destiny?
You're reading my mind. Scary.
Let's see how many people are paying attention.
Either not the Destiny number. We need the card name.
Yeah, what was the card name?
If it's too
of the
hard,
Destiny.
if it is too hard, we'll go ahead and get the. No.
It was not Imperial Command.
Should we give a hint? Okay, so we're going to bounce out of this one really quick. Let's go check on Chris Worf's. Shot in the dark. Yeah.
Yeah, he took a shot at it and was hoping. All right, let's bounce over to.
Yeah,
Worf's.
it's not looking good for Worf's, unfortunately. I mean, Watto is flipped. He's got 2 cards on the sand effect, and I mean, Chris is in his control phase. You're not going to fight against Lord Maul. I was playing as Genius. Okay. It was a Destiny 1 card.
Yep.
And not a blue card.
It feels like there's only one person in chat.
Yeah, I know.
So it was not Tarkin.
It was not Tarkin.
Tarkin would have been a 3 and
It's an
would've hit.
EPP character.
Yeah.
There you go.
There it was. Yep, it was a Asajj Ventrance with lightsaber.
Yep.
What was the first draw that missed the shot at Alderaan.
Yep.
So that was.
Okay, so Worf's did just retrieve with the Cussel run. He is in his deploy phase, though.
Yeah, I mean,
you could move Han over in front of the Baron.
and just pray JJD doesn't have a cannon.
Yeah.
I always feel bad moving a starfighter in front of the Baron. Just
Yeah.
this
Fugue. If
doesn't
you can
look like a.
I like that image. If you can message me on Slack or the forums, your Gemp name will get you that Gemp AI pack. I think Jared is still here somewhere, maybe. Okay, Lebo. That's going to do a point of damage.
I miss SOTAR. I played that a bunch
Okay.
back in the day, so that was always a fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the heck out of that for a long time. Was in a I I can't do MMOs. I played it for a couple of years pretty aggressively and had some server first stuff with my guild and did some good things, and then realized that it was basically a part-time job, and 4 hours a night every night was not something I could commit to, and I can't play it otherwise. I tried picking it back up during COVID
Nope.
and played it for I did a 2 month thing just to try it out, and it was fun, but I I got back into it and realized quickly I'm like, I need to devote, especially having not played for a while, the grind is just not there. So it looks like Werf's moved in front of the Baron at Tatooine. I mean, if he doesn't have the cannon, that's a
Yeah. I mean, that's a smart move, but at the same, like you said,
yeah.
if he doesn't have the cannon, I mean, Jared does have 2 cards on the sand effect, so it's not like Chris is going to be able to draw 2 Destiny unless he's got an all wings combo. Lando at the Cantina is a little spicy. I mean, you can use the once per game put Lando back in your hand, but right
that's
now
all you're gonna do.
yeah, I mean, Jared's going to do 5 points of damage this turn, 3 through drain, and then possibly 2 with the Watto.
Yeah. Or he's gonna drop something scary with Watto, which is
Yeah, you don't want to see that. I mean, he saves 4, so that tells me he could have something very scary. Yeah, he wants to do something scary.
I guess it's he's got projection down, so he's not really, it's not hitting for much. There goes Chris. I'll take the leader. And there's the Watto face down.
Yeah.
I mean, Werfs doesn't have a lot of cards left.
Exactly. That's the biggest problem.
Oh, Werfs loses 2. All right. Cantina Brawl and Kessel Run. Is he going to Cantina Brawl?
That would be interesting.
That ability number. So he'd have to.
Yeah. He'd have to have 1.
Have a 6. No, ability number.
Oh,
so he'd have to draw 6. Although the idea of Lando winning a Cantina Brawl against Lord Maul would be amusing. Please, Fallen Portal. Just bring me back to Watch Your Step Glory days. I just want to see a door drop on somebody.
We saw it earlier today. It was in a David Center versus Stephen DeVos.
Okay, I didn't. I was busy doing housework and watching my Vikings come back from being down 33 points. That was
that is completely understandable.
I laughed because like I went and ran a couple errands at halftime. Like halftime hit, and I'm like, well, this game's over. And I went and I walked upstairs, and my daughter was up there, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna go run a couple errands. She's like, aren't you watching the game? Well, it's halftime. Oh, what's the score? 33-0. Who's winning? I'm going to run errands.
Well, I mean, we have action right now. Kylo Ren versus Luke Skywalker. Kylo is going to take a swing at Luke with lightsaber.
No door. I'm so sad.
No door. Yeah. Is door just action?
Yeah.
Okay, draws a 5.
He also didn't have a no dodge or anything either. Like,
yeah, that's not 5.
That one kind of
if you can cancel that second 5, but unfortunately he can't. Yeah. So Luke is hit, forfeit 0, and he has to pit.
And he has to lose 1. That's I mean, Werfs is not looking like he's in a good spot right now.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the best thing that he could do right here is hit Kylo on the rebound.
Yeah.
But I mean, what are you really doing? I mean, you're already down one
I
in
mean,
power.
honestly, it doesn't even matter if he hits him on the rebound. He's just
Yeah.
drawing Battle Destiny and killing him anyways. Like, Kylo's
Yeah.
got no immunity,
I mean,
so
if you can imagine, if you can draw 7, and Jared draws a 1.
yeah, maybe. Like, I mean, just watch your steps. He's probably drawing a decent Destiny,
Yeah.
but I don't think he's drawing high enough to overflow. Like, because Jared gets to draw Destiny too, and I'd assume his are
Mm-hmm.
also decent at this point. Like, he's probably not drawing a blind 1 here.
Yeah. I think this is the first game between Chris and Jared. Jared, okay, putting a 5 back.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I would have played that just to make him use one, but I mean,
Yeah,
I know he would
don't-
use the one, but
That was an odd choice to play it then. All right, so best case scenario, Chris draws a 7 and makes JJD lose 1.
yeah,
That's not a 7.
nope. So JJD will make Chris lose another.
Yeah. I will say I'm enjoying the deck diversity of the Champions League so far. Kind of having that drop right with the Fleek set was what was a nice thing to
Yeah.
get a lot of decks out and in play. All right, so what are we? What's Chris doing here? So Chris got to lose Luke in 1. It's just deciding. Okay. We must have a way to get back. He can walkling back to Luke. Oh, old Ben. Okay.
See, that's a good card.
That's not a bad little
No, not a bad little play.
play. It keeps him out of battleground, and
Yeah.
he'll be able to pop that from Lost as well later.
Okay, moving Maul over in front, that makes sense.
Block the drain. Yep.
But I still can't go on about like Chris Kelly right now. Undefeated in his pod. And it was a good pod.
Yeah. No, he's.
It was a really solid pod. Like Brad Kipple, definitely not a slouch. Like he's a really good player. Justin Miyashiro, good player. Justin Carulli can be a good player. Like he's made some ways to go, but
Yeah, I mean, Chris wanted that top 8,
he definitely did.
and good for him. Like, they'll, Hmm. All right, so. All right, so he leaves Saber 1 there. Just if Chris battles him at Tatooine to see who can draw more battle destinies. Like,
I wouldn't like if you're worse.
they both draw a bunch. Like,
Yeah. Well, no. Remember, sand effect.
yeah, but Sand Effect would also hit JJD. Like, I'll be honest,
Yeah.
if I'm JJD there with everybody he's got there,
I'm not drawing.
might.
Yeah.
Oh no, because he's
You're
going
not
to draw what, at least 3 or 4. He's going to draw 4, I think.
Yeah. He's
So
drawing.
he's got
So,
ability. He's got Fett. He's got Baron, and he's got Tarkin and Thrawn.
well,
So
Thrawn
he's
doesn't-
drawing.
Yeah.
Tarkin
Thrawn-
adds 1 with Thrawn though.
Oh, he has one. Yeah, he has one with Baron too. So Baron, Tarkin,
Yeah.
Boba Fett. That's 4 right there.
Yeah.
Chris is only drawing 2.
He's drawing 3.
Oh yeah,
That's
Han
Han.
has 1 if you completed a Kessel run, which he has.
which is fine. Like you let him draw 3
Yeah.
because your 4 might just wipe him off the.
Unless he's got like moving to attack position. I mean, that would only save one ship though.
That would save one of his ships.
Yeah. And the thing is,
Chris
like,
activate all of it, so it didn't matter.
but I mean, the slave one is power +2 right now, so it's 19 to 10. You're not in a position where you can actually drain, or you can battle if you're Chris.
Yeah. No, Chris is just trying to. Chris is draining for 2, and
Yeah, I would be mitigating as much damage or doing as much damage to JGD as I can.
yep. I think you. Chris got 4 cards in hand here, so he's maybe got like Mara or something, and try and spread a little bit on the ground and threaten a little bit.
Yeah, if only
Split
he
his
had
ships up.
like if he had something he could have done against Watto, that would have been good.
EPP Luke's probably his only answer to Watto.
Yeah,
Like in this deck, it's probably, frankly, Watto's just one of those matchups with Watch Your Step that you're just sad to face.
yeah, you don't want to see it.
You can't do anything to Watto. You have to try and contest the yard, maybe. And he's got a walker there, so trample.
Yeah,
Squishes guys pretty quick.
who's that? Ozzel on the walker.
Yep, and he's got a trample sitting on sand.
Yeah,
So he can, if someone battles the walker, you just, oh, well, I'll go get my trample and then squish a guy.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know where Chris is doing a lot of thinking,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure.
I mean, Jared right now is going to be draining for 2 at the docking bay, 1 at the Mos Espa. Looks like Projection of Skywalker is on the yard, so you don't have to worry about that drain. But then you have Tatooine, which is also a drain of 2. So, I mean, he's facing down, what, 5 next turn?
Yeah, plus Watto.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure what Werfs is doing, what Werfs is thinking about right now. Like with 4 cards in hand. Just a little curious to see what he's thinking about.
Yeah.
So he's throwing Lando into the cantina again. Which means he's got to have some way to back him up because he's already used the once per game.
Okay, Talon card coming
doing
down.
Talon. Okay.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. I mean, that also gets you a use power pool.
Fetch a speak.
Yeah. I mean, the one nice thing for Werfs is because he's got Dash and Lebo on the Outrider at Malastir, that drain cannot be reduced at all.
Yeah.
However, that's the only drain he's got really going for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's got a drain of 2 and a ping of 1 there. And that's it. Is he just going to leave Luke in front of Maul and
hope? I mean, if he's got the Hojix, I mean, it's not terrible. Okay.
Yeah, because he's got the old Ben to
Yeah.
get Luke back. If he's got a way to limit some of the damage, wouldn't hate that play, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, fine, I'll trade you your Lord Maul. Yep, looks like he is going to leave Luke in front of him. So, because yeah, if you've got a way to limit the damage, the battle damage, you just okay. Or you could drop a door. Or I just want to see Fallen Portal.
I know.
Anytime I play Watch Your Step, I assume people are playing Fallen Portal
Because it's a good
because,
card.
well, I played a lot back in the day,
Yeah.
and if you built Watch Your Step, you immediately put in 3 of them. Like that might as well just have been your start. Like, okay, well, I've got, Watch Your Step, starting cards, and 3 Fallen Portals.
I mean,
Now, what else do I want to put in?
Yeah.
Because it was just so damaging. Like, it's a just action that eliminates 1 or 2 characters. Like, and if you were tracking, you're talking about like, oh well,
Yeah.
I've got a 5 on top, so Darth Vader just ran into the wrong side of a door. It's
Just imagine the imagery. Okay, so
back when we were dumb children, there are a lot of abused spouse jokes that came out of that. But I'd like to think we're a little bit better as people nowadays. There are a lot of things we joked about back then that I would slap myself now for saying. But yeah, he's draining for 2 at Tatooine.
Okay.
And just
plays
control.
there you go. That's a good thing to do there. I mean,
Yep.
he's got 4/4 saved. Okay, so he's going to take a drain of 1 at the muscle.
4/4 saved is to play the old Ben. I mean, old Ben's going to cost him 3.
Maybe he's got like it's a trap.
Could be. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that he could be sitting on, and JJD's gonna.
Yeah. Ooh, Mara Jade coming down for 2.
And
in front of Lando and Talon Card. I mean,
that sort of stops the old Ben.
Yeah, definitely.
Play, so I'm not sure where he was.
Their defense value 2.
+2. Like, yeah, I mean, Mara's not clearing that site by herself.
No.
Maybe. I mean, she's just got to hit the defense value 5.
Yeah.
That's not.
She's got to hit one of them, and then
which
the
isn't a huge challenge. I think Chris is just kind of in the point where he couldn't afford to lose 2 anymore. He's only got 14 cards left.
Now, it doesn't mean so. It means right now that he does not have It's a Trap. That's so. Luke should be battled here. I mean, Jared has 5 cards left in his reserve deck, so that tells me he.
He could have something like Narrow Escape or Dodge.
Yes, that's the other thing, and well, you can't dodge to react away, Town Card and Lando. So I think you have to.
Well, it would have been dodging Luke away.
Yeah. I would have just. Well, no, I think if you're Chris, you dodge to reduce the weapon destiny. So that way you're at least getting rid of the Lord Maul.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we'll see. We're both assuming Chris has dodge. Like,
yeah.
Chris's Watch Your Step plays a lot of weird.
It does.
Weird stuff sometimes. So.
Well, it's Worfs. What do you expect?
Yeah.
He's a fun guy that likes to play interesting and different cards. Okay, I like this. Lando's going to exchange a card. Get a he cannot. He misses it. Yeah, he doesn't get anything.
All right. Well, that also makes me wonder: was he checking his destiny to go for the Cantina Brawl? So he's got one and lost.
Yeah, that is a good point.
If he's got a couple 5s in there, which I think he does. Although he would have needed, I mean, he's going to lose a dude if she swings up Blast the Door Kid.
Blast the Door Kid. That cancels that battle.
Yep.
I mean, he could have saved the Blast the Door Kid for Luke, but... yeah, I like saving it there more than the Luke one.
Yeah, I mean...
Let me do the math. Don't know. Still in JJD's battle phase. Maybe we're gonna see a Fallen Portal here. I mean, Worfs has 5 cards in his hand.
And Lando could have gotten him a Fallen Portal, couldn't he? Because it's Destiny 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Maybe Jared's thinking about that, like, do I want to walk into the Fallen Portal? Do I want to walk into the Fallen Portal?
I feel like...
Chris is texting him right now. Ignore the battle. Fallen Portal.
I feel like JJD knows all about Fallen Portal.
I mean, Chris has said that Jared is a better player when he wants to be than Chris Kelly.
I've played against Jared a few times at different worlds, and Jared is a good player.
Yeah.
Like, you got to hit Jared, like you said, when he wants to be a good player, like when he wants to put in the effort, he's a good player.
So that should hit Luke unless Worfs has something. Nope, Luke's not hit.
I almost wonder if he's going to drop an I Have You Now here.
We did see him have one in the deck.
Yeah, like... If he's got one, that'd be...
brutal.
That'd be bad for Worfs.
Okay, that's going to hit Maul, though.
Yep.
Now, I mean, if Worfs has, like... Well, he's only got 1 force save. So if he had, like, Clash, I would Clash out of this battle just to not, like, after.
Avoid. There's the I Have You Now. Yep, that's so. Worfs has got 5 cards. I'm hoping one of them's a Hoojix.
Same, or at least in his lost pile. Oh no, that doesn't matter. He can't play it.
Get it out of his lost. He can't play it. So.
Oof! Here we go. Oh. 7. Come on. Let's see 7. 3 7s.
I think he's 5.
2. So 9. So 16 right now.
Yeah, I mean and a 6.
25. So. 25 to 5, down by 20 currently before Destiny. Not looking good for Mr. Worfs. He does draw 5 though, so it's down by 12. But 12 would.
Yeah, I mean
he wouldn't be completely out of the game. Yeah, he wouldn't be completely out of the game. All right, he's slow rolling. Okay, he's got EJR. That gets him Luke back. That's a start. That's a good thing.
Yeah, but if he doesn't have the Hoojix...
There's the Hoojix! Yeah. Worfs lives to fight another day.
Yeah, and the AJR is good.
The AJR, I mean, you could easily just go AJR down to Watto. I mean, yeah, you don't draw Destiny, but at least you get rid of Watto.
He doesn't have enough cards. You're leaving 2. I guess you're counting on JJD not having barrier, which Watto traditionally plays.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
it
could, but that feels like
it's a
dangerous.
Yeah. I feel like Jared's gonna move he's got to move the slave 1.
Yeah, I feel like he moves it in front of the Outrider, like.
I mean, you'd be getting 3 Destiny there, so yeah, because you want to get rid of Lebo. Yeah. Lebo's free damage.
Yeah, and he's getting,
and it would make it so that even if you just get rid of Lebo or Dash, that's a drain of 1 there. Then.
Yeah.
Well, no. I think you have to. Sorry.
And actually,
opponent controls. They have to control the pod race arena. He's not doing anything. He's just going to leave the slave 1 there, keep it a drain of 2.
I was going to say, because Outrider, he actually would only get 1 Battle Destiny there, because both Dash and Lebo are draw, if not able to otherwise.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, Worfs has got 4 cards, and he's got Luke, so he could drop Luke on the Outrider, but...
Yeah, it's not a point. There's no reason to.
And, I mean, you drop Luke on the Outrider, then you get 2 Battle Destinies, okay.
Yeah. So Worfs is about to do 4 points of damage to Jared. Jared with a 6-card hand, so he's got 19 force hand in life. That's going to bring him down to 15. I think if Chris
I
can get
mean,
Jared under 10, he had a good day.
yeah. 'Cause, yeah, he'll move Talon and well, I don't think he can move. Oh yeah, it's he's only doing 3 because the Cantina. This isn't or Mos Eisley's move phase. It's
Oh,
not
no,
the
no. So
control
he's doing
phase.
4 because he's doing the Drain of 2, the
Oh
Lebo
yeah,
damage, and then Corellia.
I forgot about Lebo.
How could
I'm
you
so used
forget
to the
about
Cantina
Lebo?
shuffle
Yeah.
because never played Lebo in Watch Your Step. This is this new Watch Your Step that came out when I was retired and
So
uses
Jared,
cards that are bad like Lebo.
yeah, Jared loses 3 from his hand and 1 from his deck, so he's got 12 life force in his deck. Talon card's going to check out the top card of his reserve deck.
See what it is.
I mean, you kind of almost want to leave solo at Kessel. Cantina Brawl. Cantina Brawl.
He's got no reserve, so he
Draws a 5. Bye, Mara.
yes.
So Dream for 2 there. Does that make you happy?
That does make me happy. That was excellent.
Token Cantina Brawl.
There we go. Yes. I was just reading Talon and going, why didn't we use him in the deck?
That was
that run
brilliant.
sub. Oh, that was beautiful.
Yep, loses 5, so that's going to bring JJD down to 13 hand in life. Or drains for 2, disarmed, and we must accelerate our plans. Werfs is sitting at 13. Both players are sitting at 13 now.
Werfs just made this close. I can actually see him. Well, he can't just drop Luke because he's got to move the Falcon.
No, why? You don't want to put the Falcon in front of Tatooine.
You don't want him sitting in front of Saber 1 either.
I think if you're Jared, you would have played the cannons by now.
Maybe.
And he's only got a 2-card hand.
Yeah, I mean,
I think you can risk it because it does save you the force. I mean, what is Han really doing up there right now?
Han's drawing 1 battle destiny.
Yeah.
The other side of that is Han isn't scaring the Baron at all, though. Even without the cannons, they're both just drawing 1 battle destiny, but the Baron's is +1, and Han's just.
I mean, the ship's immune to attrition less than 4 or less than 5. So Jared, I mean, we do know that the top cards of his deck.
Maybe Werfs is sitting on a Chewie.
Yeah, react
drop
Chewie.
As a react.
Yeah.
If he's got Chewie as a react, suddenly that gets real ugly.
Yes.
Real quick. And is a good reason for him to, not do anything without the cannons. So.
Okay. I don't know if anybody's watching the football game, but I know you're not. Miami's up 26-21 right now.
Ooh.
I know. Ed is in the snow.
That's spicy.
I know. I will say this, though. This is going to be my last game of the evening just because it's almost 11 o'clock out here on the East Coast.
Yeah, as I say, it's hitting 10 o'clock now, which is getting, 28-21 in the third.
Yeah.
It's,
I mean, we've done
26-21.
Yeah, we definitely done a lot of good games. And then tomorrow we have a lot of games left. Just checking out some of the games that we do have left. In Pod A, Matt Harrison Trainer has to play Al Fuentes. Al has to play Paul McPherson, both sides, in the Fuentes and Harrison Trainer. Fuentes has to play dark side. Harrison Trainer has to play light side. Brian Fred and Matt Harrison Trainer have to play both sides. Brian Fred has to play Paul McPherson. And currently, Matt Harrison Trainer is sitting at 6 wins, plus differential of 77. Brian Fred, 4 and plus 41. Al Fuentes, 0 and 70. Paul McPherson, 0 and minus 48. In Pod B, we have to see the second game of David Center play on dark side versus Eric Hunter on light side. David Center also has to play his light side versus... he has to play his dark side against Stephen DeVos. And then Kevin Yop has to play Stephen DeVos as well. Eric Hunter sitting at 8 points at plus 54. David Center at 6 and plus 21. Kevin Yop 2 and minus 26. Stephen DeVos 2 and minus 49. Pod C is where a lot of the action is going to occur. So far, we've only seen Connor Britton versus John McFarlane. Connor has taken... John took the first game at plus 19. Connor took the second game at plus 13. Pod D, Anthony Howard has to play Kuhn. Has to play Kuhn. And Joe Olsen also has to play Kuhn. Joe sitting at 8 and plus 50. Kuhn sitting at 4 and minus 7. Batmouse sitting at 4 and minus 14, and Carl sitting 4 and minus 27. Pod E, a lot of games in Pod E also have to occur. Chris Worst has to play myself. Chris Worst has to play the reverse side of this game against Jared. And then I have to play Jared to play the me on dark side versus Sam Tashima game. And Sam has to play against Jared. Jared playing dark side versus Sam's light side. Right now, Sam is sitting at 4 and minus 3. I'm sitting at 2 and plus 13. Worf's sitting at 2 and plus 10. And Jared is 0 and 20 at negative 20. And Pod F, Chris Kelly has swept the pod. So he went 12 and plus 90. Justin Miyashiro is 6 and plus 10. Brad Kipple 4 and minus 35, and Justin Curley 2 and minus 64. So that is everything that's going on with the Champions League currently.
And while you were going through all that, looks like Werfs dropped Ellersmatic into the Cantina to give him a third smuggler there in case JJD got spicy, and then just picked a couple up. JJD drained at Tatooine, and Chris lost his Luke with Saber and a celebration, and drained at Mos Espa, and Chris lost another celebration.
Yeah, losing the Menace, he lost the Menace Fades.
Menace Fades.
Yeah, that's not a card you really worry about. Jared skipped over his deploy phase, which is interesting. Yeah, I don't know why he's got the 2
force saved.
Yeah.
And my guess is if JJD didn't have anything that could be deployed legally, the last thing he'd want to do would be to bluff a card into Chris saying, all right, I'll pay the 2. And it's a super close match. Like, you don't want to just lose 2.
No.
Just because.
Okay, so
Bulba. He moves the Bulba to the race arena.
I mean, Chris only has a 1-card hand at this point. I like this move. Now, again, it's a drain of 1 at the race arena, but more, I mean, it doesn't subtract the -1 on Malister. Like, if Jared...
Yeah.
So, it's still a drain of 2 there.
Yep. I'm assuming he's just going to move... Okay, so he's moving...
And I like this, too.
1 over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's putting more pressure on Worfs. Well,
Worfs has only got 1 card in hand. I don't think he's got enough to...
Like, I think if you're Worfs, if you have a character, you go fight the Walker.
No, you go fight Ozzel.
No, you go fight the Walker because he can react with the Walker.
If you go fight the Walker, he's just going to grab Trample off sand and then squish the guy you battled.
Yeah.
Like you're right, he can
Well,
react
but I'm
over
saying
with
he
the
can
walker,
react
so
with the walker regardless, so he's going to he's going to do that regardless.
yeah,
So
yeah. So it doesn't really matter.
yeah, it doesn't
He's
matter. I mean, you could move like one of the. Well, Jared now has 5 cards in his hand, so the question is, what do you really
yeah,
want
I
to
don't.
do? Uh,
I think you just drain and then
yeah, you're doing 4, 6, 8 damage to Jared right now, which
yeah,
would bring him from 13 down to 5. So, and then on the rebound, Jared is doing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which would put Worf's at 2. But then
yeah.
Worf's
I
does,
mean
and then
that's
then Worf does another 8. So the fact that we're sitting on Worf's turn, he actually could win this game by 2. If nothing,
yeah.
if the board state does not change, Worf's can win this game by 2.
Yeah. I mean, Werfs is down to 1 card in hand. I
But that's
feel
fine.
like he's
No matter what that card is a point of force that you can throw away. Like that's a mindset that I've recently gotten into, and it has helped me
yeah.
in so many games.
No, it is. It's more a question of if
What is
it's
it?
a card that has enough value, can he do anything like keeping the Falcon alive? Like if the board state maintains
I mean,
what
even
I
if
think
he.
you have to see is like I think the Boba Fett's got to move to Malastare and block that drain of 2.
I agree. Unless Jared is thinking that it is only a drain of 1 there.
Yeah, which he might be.
Yeah, but I'm saying the Falcon, just leave it. It's forfeit fodder. Like you're not going to do anything to cause overflow between the 2 forfeit values. The
Yeah.
fact that Chris is on the 7 side of his objective, Han Solo's plus forfeit values plus 2, and he's got the Falcon. I think it's what
Yeah, no, he's not getting
yeah.
overflowed there. It's more, and he's got at least 1 moving to attack position now in his lost pile.
Yes, and that's the other thing.
Like give it the immunity.
Like if Worf's had a sand card, he could easily block the slave 1. No problem. If he has something to reduce the amount of destiny that Jared is getting, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, Jared he just loses We Must Accelerate Our Plans and an Imperial Command from his hand.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just gonna pitch cards from hand.
Yep, drain of 1 at Corellia.
Yep.
And I mean, if he loses all from his hand, Worse can do something then. Yep, there goes Blizzard 4.
Yeah.
I mean, the best thing for that Jared has is he has the Blizzard Scout 1 that can react and then possibly trample.
Yeah.
But if it's like, say, a Luke, even if it's a 1 Luke, you can't trample Luke.
I mean, you can't if it's EPP Luke.
Well, if it's EPP
He's got a
Luke,
6, you hit it.
that's what I'm saying. But what's the likelihood that those 2 Destiny theirs are one of them's a 6? Okay, he loses Ventress off the top of his deck, so Jared. So he drains at Malastare, he drains at Corellia, and he does the ping damage.
And he drained at the Cantina.
Not yet.
Didn't he? I thought he
He's
did.
not drained at the Cantina. He's currently looking at the top card of Jared's deck with Talon
Okay,
Karn.
you're right.
There's the drain at the Cantina.
Nope. No, he peeked at card in hand. He saw the barrier.
Okay. That's big information.
Yeah, that was a very valuable.
But the thing is, if you drop a character on the walker, you're at least blocking that drain.
Yeah.
You don't have to battle. Matter of fact, you're welcoming the barrier. Okay, Jared's down to 5 cards in Life Force, 2 in hand. So he's currently at 7. Worf's is at 9.
Yeah, no, Werfs is.
Like I said, if the board state does not change, Worf's can pull this out by 2.
Yeah, it'll be close.
And the thing is,
Like I said, I think Jared's got to move Slave 1 in front of.
But the thing is, it's
Out there. Okay, so
character
there's Mara.
barrier. And I would have rather seen her go to the Walker to block that drain of 2.
Yeah.
She's ability 5, so unless it's a 6 up there, you don't worry about it. Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. It is a drain of 1 because Worf's controls the cantina.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe. I'm glad to see you're on the Worf side.
That's Joe and his West Coast bias.
Hey, to be
coming out here.
Yeah.
He's Washington. Yeah. Is Washington the Huskies?
Yeah.
Joe, we're giving you credit for watching the whole game. I don't know why you're trying to hide it now. Just take the credit.
Yeah, but no, now is even better because that's if the board state doesn't change, Worf's is now 4. He's only losing 4 right now. He's got he would be sitting at 4 cards in Life Force or whatever. So
yeah,
and now that the fact that JJG is not going to battle. If he does battle, it's going to be against Han. He takes a card off. But then you have drains of 4, 5, and then the ping with Lebo, which is 6.
Yeah.
And
then
so he'd be down to 2.
4.
It does. That doesn't matter, Joe. Like the Walker, if you move in front of Sebulba,
I must be allowed to speak.
It would have become a 2 if Mara blocked it.
No, it's
no. Joe, remember, look at the I must be allowed to speak smugglers blues. If you have 2 smugglers there, you can't reduce the force drain. Worf's has been draining 2 there for a while. So Worf's sitting at 8. Jared's sitting at 6 or 7.
So Jared, I think, knows what that card is. So he just activated 1.
Yeah. So now we corrected Joe. I like that.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, my day's done.
Yep.
I've corrected Joe on something. We're all good.
Joe corrected us. We corrected Joe. Balance.
I think that means we are as good as Joe. And
I'll take it.
That's what we should accept.
Yeah.
We should probably shut off chat before he points out that we're not. But
yeah,
I think we've accepted that we're as good as Joe, and that's where that's the point we're trying to.
Okay, so Worf's is going to lose Rio Durant and All Wings combo off the top of his deck.
Yep.
Okay, that's the drain at Tatooine. Now, JJD did activate down to... he's got 3 force in his reserve deck, 3 force in his reserve deck.
Achilles maneuver off reserve.
Yep. Another drain coming.
1 there.
Yeah, another... and then drain at 1 at Mos Eisley.
Yeah, that's the last one coming, and Chris has got to decide where to...
Yeah, that's the almighty question right now.
Lose it, so he loses it from hand. So Chris now has no hand.
No, I mean, yeah, I kind of like that. Yeah, I do like that. Yeah.
The question now is: does JJD want to bluff or Watto the card in his hand? Like if he Wattos it,
that's a good point. And he is doing it.
Okay, so he is. So now, if Chris pays 2, he can't play anything.
Darth Vader with lightsaber coming down for free. That's
coming down for 2 with Goldenrod.
Yeah, that's not good.
And in front of Mara, which is that's not going to end well for Mara.
Yeah,
that's probably overflow right there.
Yeah.
That
good
might
move
be
by
it.
Jared.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. Like I said, if the board state didn't change, the board state just changed.
Yep, that was the.
But here's the thing, though: if Worf's has 1 force left, he wins.
Yeah.
Nope. Let's Jared draws a 0 here. Nope, draws a
Yeah.
4.
Well, you knew he wasn't drawing a 0 because that was
Yeah.
the barrier.
Yeah.
Jared knew what those were.
Now,
He knew what
here's the thing. What's
was.
the battle destiny?
Yeah, he's up by 4. He just has to draw as high as.
Like I said, if Worfs can survive this fight, he wins.
Nope, because
Nope,
JJG
you're
just
right.
took the card off sand.
Yep.
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 So he's got enough to.
Yeah, he'll win this by
He can survive by 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, he'll win this by 1.
And I don't think it matters because
yeah,
even
he needs
if
a
he draws,
6.
the only way he doesn't lose it to this battle is by drawing a 6.
Nope.
That's it. Yep.
Good,
Even
well
Worf said
played.
job.
Good, well fought match. Like
That
the ending was good.
That ended up closer than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, same here.
That definitely Worf's clawed that back well.
Yeah,
So
got him by
right.
3. So nicely played.
6.
Well, no, I'm saying got him by 3 after that battle. So
Oh.
yeah, Jared won by 6. So nicely played, Jared. That's Jared's first win out of his pod.
Nicely done, but I think I am done streaming for the night. Looks like they're going to play one more if people want to watch it on GEM. So,
Where's the same switch size? It is 11 o'clock.
oh, JJD is East Coast, so
Too
he's
late.
probably.
Okay, so I think the two of us are going to call it. So I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Make sure you remember your tokens. They are in the chat. We got some days. We got tomorrow, unless they decide to extend it because of all the issues with GEMP. Hint, hint.
We got day. Although,
hint,
GEMP,
hint, say hint, 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 hint.
GEMP issues might be worth giving an extra day.
I would
or
say
so.
it's a Wednesday.
All right.
But that's all we got. So we'll see everybody later on. I'm going to try and stream some games tomorrow. I got my own games to play. If you got a deck that can beat Watto, let me know. But everybody, take care. Enjoy yourselves. If you don't see me tomorrow, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Remember, no Holo Theater this Tuesday due to the holidays and everything. We'll be back on the 27th with the end of the year special. Until then, everybody take care. And like I said, enjoy your weekend. Thank you, Garrett, for joining us for the last.
Thanks a lot, man.
For the last,
a
what,
lot of
3.5 hours?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had nobody else home, so
Yeah.
it gave me something to do.
I
All right.
obviously live by myself, but take care, everybody.
All right. Have a good night, guys.